Warning: the following video contains strong language, which may be offensive to some viewers and/or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only. Thank you for your attention. Oh, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, there you go. That's a little bit of that. There you go. Oh boy, have we got a stream for you today. Yes. First of all, good eye, everybody. And good afternoon, good evening, and good morning to everyone from the United States to Australia and to the UK. Right, okay, I hope that everyone can hear me. If you can't, and put your earpiece in and turn it up. Actually, while I'm doing that, let me go and check all my shittery here. I am going to try to not swear. If it happens, oh dear, oh well, how sad, never mind. But I do respect people who don't like the bad language, and I get that. So I apologize right now, okay? Oh, have we got a thing for you guys tonight? Have we got a stream coming for you tonight? Shit, it's going to be so much fun. Anyway, so first of all, yes, go and hit that like button. I'm going to even do it myself. And if you're sitting on the outside and you want to come in, just a man, Spliffy, remind me to say something to you. Right, first of all, hello everybody. Aussie Girl, Vicky, Nina, Belinda, my darling, Spliffy, Jap, SMN, how you doing, bud? Okay, who else are we with? Lisa, there you go. Oh, have we covered everybody? Everyone's here? Yeah, good. Right, okay, right. Mypretty, hi. Have a guess what, Mypretty? Would you like to come and join me once again tonight? Because obviously people loved the dynamics that we had. But next time I would really appreciate if you keep your hand to yourself and not on my leg. Yes. Autobots, roll out. Good evening, Eric. How are you? Good evening. So yes. Anyway, so if Mypretty wants to get her little short ass up here and come and join me, Jessica, welcome. Laura Vigier, you're from the Netherlands. Dankjewel for joining me. I really appreciate that. Vosterbrief or Dankjewel. Is it Dankjewel? It's Dankjewel, yeah? If I can remember correctly. And then you go, what's the brief? And I'll go, bless you. Yeah. So anyway, so if I missed anybody, like, okay, Spliffy, here's the thing. Like your sound today, your music was a little bit too loud, and I think share, is it share? Yeah. Oh, shh, she's here. Shh, be quiet, she's here. Don't say a thing.
Now look, you're not supposed to be telling all our secrets about the hand gestures and stuff now. I thought we were supposed to keep that private.
I do not know what of you speak of, madam.
Exactly. Can't be telling all.
Now, would I do a thing like that?
Not if you're smart. Because that'd be telling on you too now.
Wait a minute. Are you accusing me of being smart?
Well, I do think you are smart. I'll give you that.
Well, okay. What you want? What you're after? And how much is it going to cost me?
Yeah, there's always an agenda. You better believe that.
No, it's the way you're coming across. You like you know you're being too nice. I mean, there's being nice, and then there's being too nice. Oh look, Santa's still here. Oh no, he's not. There he goes. Trish is here.
Are
you going to town for anything?
No, not me, mate. Thanks very much. I won't be needing anything from town. Oh, well, you can bring me to Tilda.
These headphones are really good, aren't they?
Yes. Yes. How about like let's change it a little bit because obviously it's okay, ladies and gentlemen. That is her partner, her loved one. Oh
On
my god! I
certain
can even
days.
hear the guy on the bloody phone for crying out loud.
Oh my God, these things are incredible, are they not? It's just amazing.
Yeah, just. I can literally hear the guy. Please tell me he's not on speakerphone.
He's not on speakerphone. Hang on. Hey, they can hear everything, your whole conversation on the phone.
Yeah. Hey,
Everybody on live.
right, right. Tell Steve to stop talking about blow up dolls and puncture repair kits. Right, this
Hey,
is not a
Spawn
show.
should tell you stop talking about blow up dolls and puncture packs. That's all I got. He said that's all he's got.
Yeah, that's a good point. Right, okay, all right, my pretty. You need to sort that out
Hang on.
because freeze a crowd. I can't share you. I'm not sharing you. I'm not
All right,
tonight. No.
I'll do it like this until he gets off the phone.
Okay, thank you very much, my dear. All right. Anyway, so who we got? Oh, Trissa's here. Hi, Trissa. Well, and Ammo Gold. I'm sure I said hello, Ammo Gold. And as you can tell, I've got Mypretty here yet again. And I've been forced to do this. Hopefully our Finnish or Swedish lady comes in. Milan. Do you know what? I can't say fuck all tonight. I just can't get anything right tonight. But anyway, right. Okay, so first things first, what we're going to be doing tonight is we're going to be very quickly introducing what's going to be happening tonight. Again, we're going to have wait a minute. Good morning, Spawn. On the screen sheet, Georgie just showed that case against Georgia and Larry Foreman, and if others were listed on it, that has been closed. Not the famous five. Oh yeah, I'm already aware of that. We've been aware of that for over a week now. So yeah, that was already, we already knew that. People were just dangling the carrot. So that's that we already knew about that. The Fab Five, the Fab Five or the Fab Six, I call them. I think that's going to end up in the same way due to the fact that it's frivolous. Second of all, they were requested to help. Third of all, if they walk in front of Judge Davis, which I presume is going to be, yeah, that case is not going to last long. And probably and definitely, I believe that Madam Mayor Brett, God bless their souls, all right, they're fantastic people. You should go and check them out. And Rex and everyone else who helped that day, including Deanna, Flipping Adventures, I think it is, right? I think they should put a class action lawsuit against them for false accusations and making false claims. Because the tenancy agreement states that a tenant can request help of his own. He doesn't have to, and she can't make him get someone. So, yeah. But we'll come to that in the local news. Local news. Thank you, Tom. Anyway, right. So tonight we're going to be talking about obviously films. We may not do film history, but we probably might talk about. We might go revert back to what we were talking about the other day because we'll probably might get through these films quite quickly. And then after that, we've got our local news, and boy, have we got some fucking news for you! Oh yes, yes. Yes, and then we've got gaming, and then obviously we have what you call it. Wait a minute, DJ Rattus is in here. DJ Rattus, are you in here? Because if you are, I can't see your name. Or I missed it. One of the two. Did you sneak in? Anyway, so yeah. Hi, Ali. Welcome. And DJ, if you're here, I can't see your type. So hi, mate. How you doing, bud? And Happy New Year to you. Right. Hi, Mary and Mary and Marie. There you go. Oh my God, so many names. So why did someone just say hello, DJ? I'm not DJ Ratters. What? Did you call me Ali? Back, right. Okay, back to the class. No, I'm joking. Hi, Vicky. How you doing? Right. Anyway, so what was I saying before you rudely interrupted me?
Well, now, if you don't know, how are we supposed to know?
Well, good point. Well presented. Carry on. And then we're going to have our gaming reviews, and we're going to talk about a couple of games, and then we're going to have the question and answer. And obviously, you guys will then get the chance to come and ask questions. So let's crack on. Right, The Rig. It's a series on Amazon. It's a series. I haven't sort of started watching it, but I've sort of done a little bit of a review. I believe that her ladyship here has started watching it. Oh,
I have.
I think the boss is on. So go ahead and give us a little bit of insight what it's like.
Well, so far, I'm about, I guess about 4 or 5 episodes in, and it's a good sci-fi. If anybody likes sci-fi, this is definitely up your alley. And basically, it's about these people are on a rig. They're on like an oil rig, and things start happening, and they don't know what's going on yet. They don't know what's making it happen, but it's extremely, I think, riveting. I've enjoyed it immensely so far. I don't have, a whole lot into it yet, but it is getting really, it's starting to get really, really good at this point. And it's a
Hey,
great sci-fi. If you're into sci-fi, it's definitely.
Mypretty.
Mm-hmm.
Come here a minute. Come here.
Start.
Come here. No, come here. Come here. Come a little bit closer. A little bit closer.
Yeah, I'm close.
No,
Okay,
right, no, a little bit closer though. A little bit closer. Right, listen.
I get much more closer.
Right,
You might
make
have to turn it
sure
off.
you don't. No, don't lick the screen, but make sure we don't give away the story. All right, they don't know that yet. Okay, so don't give away too much. Okay. Right. All right. Anyway, sorry about that interruption there. There was a bit of a technical shit going on there. So is it? Would you say that it's like got a mix of like sci-fi, suspense, like sort of like disaster type of stuff?
It's very riveting. Yeah, it's very riveting. It'll keep you on your seat. It's really good.
Okay, right.
Really
now
good.
I was going to talk about. Okay. Well, I can't. I've got nothing to add to that because I've seen it. I've looked at some of the reviews. Some of the reviews are a bit strange, but 1 second. My queen is here. She says, "Good evening, everybody." Now there is one series on. I don't think I'm going to put this across. Actually, right? Everyone, sit down on your hands, and I mean that. There is a series at the moment. It's just got one season at the moment, so I think it's got 9 or 10 episodes, and it's called Those About Today. It's in regards of the Roman Empire, and it's a different. It's like there's a lot of who's your daddy, and a lot of who's your mummy, and what happens if I press there, and there's a lot of gore and a lot of sword fight and a lot of deceit and a lot of that sounds like Otter Creek for some reason. Anyway, no, that does sound like Otter Creek, doesn't it? Have you gone again? No. Oh no. Are you still with me, or are you started to eat?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. I don't need to lose you now.
No, I'm here. Here.
Okay. Right. Anyway, so yeah, it is a hi Ozzy. Yeah, it is a series that you shouldn't have youngsters around when you watch it. It is yeah. It's on Amazon, so obviously they've allowed it. But anyway, it's got a good storyline. There's multiple plots within one storyline, so you will definitely enjoy it. Marlene, hi. Here she is. The Mandalorian. Now, I got a little bit confused with the Mandalorian and Halo. Both have very conflicting stories going on. That some say that they've cancelled filming it for one reason or the other. And then the other one's coming out with a motion picture. So basically, just hang fire, just mark time, and wait until actually better updates turn up, because I think that somewhere down the line there will be a motion picture coming out, and I think it's going to be probably probably Halo, but I don't think Mando, the actor what's his name again, Pascal, whatever his name is, definitely wants to do it. Yeah, no problem, Smithy. But Halo, I definitely want to see Halo, because it ruined it for me when he took the mask off, when they took the helmet off. That ruined it for me, unfortunately, because he never took his helmet off in the games and stuff like that. And when he did take his helmet off, you never saw his face, so that spoiled it for me. Just 1 second.
He's been drinking that Dr. Pepper,
No.
y'all. You know what this means? Yes, it is. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's coffee. He made his coffee earlier. That's what it is.
Anyway, so hey, don't pick on me. And actually, see, you haven't even noticed. See what I mean? I haven't even changed the blinking picture. You didn't even notice that. You're fired. Oh, well, actual fact, we're both fired because we both didn't notice it. So there you go. We'll both go and pick up our our pink slips, and yeah. Right, 2 more films to talk about. Would you like to? Easy, Tiger.
Okay.
Right. Would you like to talk
about was? Yeah, we'll talk
I'm
about
gonna
it.
fight you
We were
again.
talking about Dark Shadows with Johnny Depp.
Yes.
Now,
Johnny Depp.
I'm old enough.
Oh.
Wait a minute now. I'm old enough, and people here in America will attest if they are anywhere near the Gen X or the Boomer age, that we had a soap opera over here that was called Dark Shadows. And it came on every afternoon. And it was the story of Barnabas Collins and his family. And it was a soap opera just like Young and Restless and all these other soap operas were. And we watched it as kids. It was the greatest thing in the world. And it was all done in black and white. It wasn't done in color. And it was just, I can remember watching it as a child with my grandmother. And then, of course, they've taken something that was so great for my childhood and they brought it into my kids' lives. And of course, my kids, they don't have an ugly Barnabas Collins like we did. They have Johnny Depp doing it. But
Yeah.
it was, they stayed true to the storyline from the soap opera. They really stayed true to it in the movie, which was absolutely great.
Right. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Just to give you an idea of how it came about. Basically, in 2007, Warner Brothers obviously acquired the film rights for Dark Shadows, and I think it was from its creator, Dan Curtis. Now, Johnny Depp has always had an obsession about Dark Shadows. For him, it was like a dream, and he has spoken about this in the past about wanting to play Barnabas. And then basically, he spoke to someone called Burton. I can't remember who that is. Tim Burton or Tim Burton. Yeah,
the director.
Exactly. Yeah. Basically, there was a strike over in the States in 2006 to 8 or 7 or 8 or 9. And after the strike, I think they started kicking it in. And I believe there was someone called, was it John August, the first screenwriter. He started writing it, and then basically someone else took over from him and then finished it off. And then obviously filming began in 2011, which I'm now reading because I've now found it. And the production took place entirely in England at both Pinewood Studios and on location. Depp, I like this comment here. Depp attempted to emulate oh fuck it, I don't care. The rigidity and elegance of Jonathan Fred's original portrayal, but also drew inspiration from Max Schreck's performance in Nosferatu. I've seen Dark Shadows 4 times. I've seen Dark Shadows 4 times. That is distracting as hell. I've seen you wrote everything down, haven't you?
Yes.
I can actually hear the pages go. Fuck, where is he? What page is he on? Fucking got you. At last, I got her. I have the power, people. I have knocked you out of sync. Now you're going over the page. You go fuck. No, yeah. So I watched it 4 times, and I just love. Excuse me. I just love the whole thing. I think that the way they filmed it, the way they portrayed it, the way he played that character. I mean,
he was spot on. He really was.
Perfect.
I mean, he, like I said, I grew up with Dark Shadows, so it was something that I learned, that I watched as a child, and especially when people try to take and remake something nowadays. Everyone over here can attest to that. They try to mess with the original, and either they really get it right or they really get it wrong. And Johnny Depp really got it right. He really embodied what Barnabas Collins really was, but put that Tim Burton sarcastic comedy twist on it, which it was great.
Do you know what? But the best thing, right? Don't turn the pages yet. You know what? The best thing I really enjoyed was the fact that freaking Alice Cooper was there.
Oh yeah, that was banging.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that was, yeah. I won't forget that part. Right, Marlon. Sorry, I got Marlon. We'll talk about that later if you don't mind. We'll definitely come remind me later. Anyway, yeah. So just remembering talking about Dark Shadows. It's the bit where he goes, "What is this? Yeah, what is this?" And the way he says, "What is this?" Now, the last one we're going to be talking about is Fallout, the series. Now, I've seen the game, apocalyptic, to say the least, a little bit far-fetched, apocalyptic / cyberpunk / hey, let's all dress up really weirdly and run around with guns and shoot each other. And then suddenly you come around the corner and you see you've got like a 7-foot tall robot that apparently are treated like knights of the round table or some shit like that. So you got apocalyptic / medieval. Yeah, it was a bit strange to say the least, the series. The game, don't play it, so I can't really comment on it. But the series, I watched it all, and yeah, very interesting plot, very interesting storyline, and very interesting acting as well.
Well, it makes you think, what could it really end up being like that at one time? I mean, could it be that people use these fallout shelters that were built, and we know over here in America, I don't know if they were over there, but over here in America, we know that we had these fallout shelters built. People spent millions of dollars building these things, and some of them are just incredible. They're like a whole different world under the ground. They've got this one in Nevada that, I mean, they've got a pool down there. They've
Yep.
got they've got a house that's built inside the shelter, and the outside looks like you're outside, and you walk into the front door of the house and you go in, and the windows look like you're looking outside, and
That's.
it makes you wonder if that's really I mean,
Just to
it's
give you,
not so far fetched.
just to give you an idea, you Americanese, right? Due to your, and I don't mean everybody, it is common knowledge that there's a lot of paranoia and conspiracy happening over there on the other side of the old river there. And in the 60s, the 50s, 60s, and 70s, the paranoia about Russian spies and everything else was just absolutely phenomenal. I mean, to a point where it was, like Oppenheimer even got accused of being a Russian spy, but it turned out to be someone else. But that's beside the point. do you know that Oppenheimer actually had conversations with Albert Einstein? But anyway, that's by and by. But the government decided to build small little villages, and they, or in the middle of nowhere, you'd suddenly see a caged area with one building with things, and you'd have military guarding it. But these small villages, you've probably seen these in films, and they really do exist. Where you drive into this village, you drive up to the restaurant or the petrol station, and you walk in, and then bang, suddenly you're going down steps, and then now there's an elevator, and you're going down 60 floors or 70 floors, because obviously these ICBMs were not short, were they? Yeah, and there you are, and then they come out, get in the car, and drive off.
Yeah, so they're still there. A lot of people are taking the old fallout shelters that they built here in America, and they're actually turning them into homes.
Yeah.
And people are living in them and stuff like that. So we know that it's there. We know that it's an actual thing that happened.
Yeah.
And it does beg to wonder if something like that happened. If it happened, look, you don't talk to me about my accent. I won't talk to you about yours, all right now? I mean, you're not just a pot calling the kettle black. You know what's past that, all right? You might say tomato, but I say tomato, okay?
hey, potato.
Yeah, but I don't even go that far. I say tomato and a potato.
You're just scary. Anyway, right? Yeah. So, but I know. Here's the thing about the series. A lot of people. One thing I did research on is the fact that over in America, there are now more bunker sales than there are septic tanks. People are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to get these bunkers put in. People are arming themselves to their teeth. And if there's an apocalypse, I think everyone's just going to panic and start doing stupid stuff, because it's like when it happens, over the last 40 years, 50 years, scientists have already stated that 72% of the human species on this planet, including animals and life, is going to go pop. So, you're going to be very lucky if you're going to be walking around going, yeah, one of them. So at the end of the day, Fallout is, films like that and apocalyptic films I look at, and it's like Zombieland. That's the way I look at it. It's just have a giggle, have a laugh.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but it's a good series. If you get a chance to watch it, you like sci-fi, you like apocalyptic stuff, it's absolutely going to be up your alley. It really is.
Yeah. One thing's for sure, the shit's going to hit the fan in a couple of minutes' time when we start going into the news. So that's basically, wow. Are we going through all the films already?
We did. See,
holy
we're good.
Shit, that was quick.
That's because you cut me off and wouldn't let me go into detail. You told me, don't tell them all the details. Don't tell them all the details.
Uh-oh.
So, no, I'm just teasing.
Wait. Yeah, I just made it, yeah. Well, okay, so should we do gaming next, or should we, what do you want to do? Local news or gaming?
Local news. Do your local news first. Stay with your thing if you want.
Okay. All right. Well, I just made it. Right. Hang on a minute. I'll be 1 second. I have technical problems here. Please hold your call's important to me.
Look, you had a list.
Yes.
What is it with you men and lists?
Leave. No.
You had a list.
No.
You're gonna make me share the story about my hubby and the list now.
No, don't share that. That's no. I'm not setting this to 18 plus.
All I can say is some men just don't understand what a list is for, so you don't forget.
Oh God, here we go. Why? Help! Somebody send help. Anyway, yeah. I do want to do a quick shout out to DJ Rattus, and I wish him all the best. And I just want to again thank him for everything, all the support that I've got from him and everyone else who's supported. So, but the thing is, this is what I'm going to be doing from now. I'm going to just sort of like, get it sort of like, what I mean? It's gonna, but yeah, I just want to do a quick shout and to Shara Michelle as well. All right, which brings us, ladies and gentlemen, to your local news. Yeah, there you go. Right. Oh shit, have we got a lot to cover? Oh shit, this is gonna be a one. This is gonna be a good one. Right, shall we start with what one would you like to start with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6?
Are you asking me or you're asking them?
I'm asking the person standing behind you.
Oh, well, I would like to start with number 1, which was number 1 is short, isn't it? The video.
Oh yes, yeah, I did write that down. Thank you very much.
See, I wrote it down. You're laughing at the paper, but I got it written down.
Leave me alone. Yeah, crack on. Go for it.
Of course, if you haven't seen it yet, Shara, which I do call my Mockingjay, she has put up a new video today, and in that video, it is video footage and the police call that Lynette made that night at town hall when she showed up early and they watched George and Deanna pull up and they still parked out front when Lynette thought she was going to get a seat on the council. If you'll notice, Lynette sure was looking spiffy that night too. She had her hair fixed and her makeup done and had on nice looking clothes because she thought she was going to sit at that table, but we all know that didn't happen. But my main issue is at the end of Shara's video, Shara puts 2 screenshots up there, and I want to talk about the last screenshot.
Ooh, before you do, can I just add something?
Yeah.
Right, that video was obviously last year, and I first of all, did anyone notice Biscuit Boy stumbling around, like if he was slightly off balance? Now, if you know anyone who's had a couple of drinks, or who's had a few drinks, or they will try to hold themselves steady when they're walking around. However, I don't think he I mean, this is just speculation, is allegedly. I mean, I'm not saying he was, but the fact that he was stumbling around and the way he was moving around, the way he was behaving, is very, very sort of like, animated. The fact that he was actually arguing with a woman in front of Lynette and John Cook with the child in the car, and the fact that they were parked right outside it, that was a statement. They were making a statement. And the fact that they actually lied for the reasons and the grounds they were there, and the fact that Russell Meeks supported that lie, just shows you what some people are like. Now, I can say a lot about those 3, but then again, I'd be wasting my breath, and then I would have to go into a forest and apologize to a tree. And I'm not willing to do that. But the fact of the matter is, I called it. I knew what I mean, like. If you got if she, hypothetically speaking, she got herself on the table at one point, writing down the minutes, right? It's that power. It's getting those funds. It's having that power, right? And if you haven't got that power, you'll start fighting, and then when you're fighting, right, you'll start making shit up, and that's what she was doing. Now, there's a couple of other points I want to make before Mypretty carries on. The second point is Biscuit Boy, what? You want clout? Do you want to be famous? Here's an idea. Don't become like your father. Point 1. Point 2, you want to become famous, right? Go and stand out the White House and try to climb over the fence. That will get you instant fame. That I can assure you of. Right? You want fame? Go and do something like that. That'll get you fame. Right? And the third thing is, okay, now we see everyone covering all this stuff. But what you're doing, you're covering the same stuff, but you're saying different things, right? That night, They were there deliberately. They were there under false pretenses. She said that she was going to get put on the board, which was untrue, because her name wasn't even on the list. Well, even if it was, yeah, she was in the votes, right? But she lied. Okay, it was not on the agenda that night, and apparently John was going to become a janitor again. Nothing to prove that, right? So at the end of the day, the problem is it's very, very hard to take someone's word and then prove them wrong, especially when there's no paperwork, because there won't be any paperwork or anything like that, because Russell Meeks removed it with that other guy. So, I mean, just go back. Everything that you've seen was last year, and it was early last year as well. So this is before. I don't even think Numbnut was on. I don't think Keel Nose was on the case at that time.
No, she wasn't. She was represented by Silverman back then.
Yes. And here comes the best thing. Did anyone hear that freaking answering machine or that voice recording of those two clowns?
I think that was off of their live.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, that should give you an idea of what these two idiots are like. But anyway, you carry on, Mypretty. I do apologize. Carry on.
You're fine. I want to read the last screenshot that Shara put up there. I will say that whenever I read this, as the video is playing, I'm not a very emotional person, but it touched my heart completely. So I'd like to read it, and then I'll tell you what I think about it.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
It says...
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Guys, just be, ladies and gentlemen of the jury and the witnesses and boys, girls, dogs, cats, Ewoks, and Wookiees, what Mypretty is about to read out has been publicly put onto a public domain, so therefore it is fair use. But be warned, there may be trigger points in this, so please be warned, okay? Carry on.
All right. It says, you have to realize, too, that John likes me isolated. He thinks I'm going to let him spend time with the baby alone. And I'm not. Because the baby said something to me. And after she said what she did, I'll never leave him alone with her again. Not to mention the fact that one of the allegations that was made, the CPS, was that he M'd her well. That allegation was made because I told Therese Granger that I don't like it when his shorts hike all the way up and his jewels show. And the baby's right there. And when I tell him to knock it off, he tells me to shut the F up so he can do whatever the hell he wants. Or I tell him, don't let that baby play with your chest hair. Don't go under the covers with the baby. Don't kiss her on the mouth. And he tells me to shut up. He's not one of my effing sex offending husbands.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling you, why would my daughter say what she said? And I can't prove it. So I can't turn it in. And I'm not turning it in because I don't want to lose my daughter. But I'll keep her away from them with my life. He's in his camper. I'm in the shed. I have no clue what he's doing in there. Let that sink in, folks. This is a mother. I'm a mother of 2 children. And let me tell you that there was ever even a question in my mind that something like this was going on. There is not anyone on this earth that could hold me down from taking my youngin' and getting my youngin' away from here.
But wait, yeah. Sorry, I had to stop you on that one.
What?
Hey?
Why'd you stop me for? I didn't know.
Because you mentioned pew-pews.
No, I said no. Getting
shit,
my youngin'.
Sorry, my bad.
Youngin'. Yeah, no. My youngin', not pew pew. Youngin'.
Oh,
Child. All right. Let me put this out there for all people speaking Wellanese. A youngin is a kid.
oh,
It's a
oh,
child.
in the heart, in the freaking heart. Really? After that traumatic, that,
I know.
that right?
I
Well,
know.
I mean
But it
that
is.
there.
There's no way. That's a mother, and the reason that you hear the fleas, they get on their little soapbox and they talk about what this child had to undergo because she had to be examined physically by a doctor,
Mm.
not CPS, by a doctor and a nurse.
Hi,
And they
Jen.
want to blame Jeremy and they want to blame everybody that's called CPS. That child was examined because of this. This right here is why that child was examined.
Mm.
Lynette has nobody to blame but herself as to why that child was examined. And I'd have took my youngin and I'd be gone.
Mm. Right. I mean,
I'd be
here's
gone.
what I mean. When I saw that, I put like I was watching Shara's stream, and kudos to Shara. Kudos. I really do commend her. Um, I paused that and I read that, and that there is that it's child abuse. And the fact that you didn't call the police or you didn't call anyone. I mean, regardless, this anything. If a child says anything, you have to react to it, right? If a child says something's happened, you need to deal with it instantly. There's no ifs, buts, or whens or whats. It's you deal with it there and then. All right, you remove.
Especially when that child's so little. I mean, this happened when this baby. Well, I call it a baby, but I call my 29-year-old a baby
Yeah.
too.
But
But
can I
this
just
baby was little.
yeah? But can I just say this is that text message? All that can be is alleged, is speculation. I mean, unless there's 100% proof. Well, there is proof because obviously she took her to the doctors for an examination. But we know what Lynette's like. We know what I mean. Like she should richly work for Hollywood. Seriously, with the stories that she makes up. I mean, like the fact that she called the Levy County Sheriff's Department 4 times, probably even more on one day, should show what type of person she is. Now, you've got people who speak for her PR team. Oh, wait, sorry. Wait. They're no longer the PR team. They're her voice. Well, if they're her voice, why the fuck is she typing? Sorry. Why the hell is she typing in their stream? Why is she buying crystals and God knows what in their stream when she hasn't got money to feed herself or the child, which she's been crying? And then suddenly, over the last couple of months, she goes quiet. Why? Because, hi, Fly, how you doing, buddy? Right, uh, darling. Sorry. All right. The fact that she's gone quiet over the last couple of months, the reason being is because one, she was advised to by those idiots. Two, right, they've been doing all the talking for her. I mean, literally in 3 months, this is what gets me, all right? In 3 months, say 2 months, 3 months, all right? Those, I mean, they should be advocates for hurricane relief. When emergency relief when you have hurricanes or major disasters, floodings, and all that stuff, like New Orleans, for example, a few years back, or last year with all the hurricanes. All right, put them on the spotlight. They'll rake the money in for these people because I'll tell you one thing: I didn't hear any of them say, "Oh, by the way, let's do something for the people who have to sleep in tents and sleep on the outside and they've got nothing." Nothing about that. It was all about them, and it was all about grifting and everything else. But there was not one mention about donating 100, 200, 300, 500, $1,000 to somewhere in the area where the hurricanes hit, and go, here you go. There's $1,000 for those two families over there. Give them five. Holy crap! Give them 500 each, and and then donate food or stuff like that. None of that. It was all about Lynette Preston, John Cook, and them. And
Well,
then they started hating on people. Then they started grifting. Then they started attacking people because people are actually pointing out their fucking downfall. But we're going to come on to that.
well,
But
let
that
me
tech,
say this.
go
I'm
on.
sorry, but Night Owl made a point. She talks, but she doesn't act on it. Look, that woman made 70 phone calls to the Levy County Sheriff's Department. She called because somebody had put poo-poo in a hole that had a property stake in it. She called 911 for that, but she didn't call 911 for this.
Can I ask a
She
question?
didn't call 911 for this, but she couldn't prove who put the poo-poo in that stake, so why'd she call? She
Hmm.
couldn't prove it, right? She couldn't prove who did it. She's saying here she didn't call because she can't prove it.
I'm surprised she didn't do an Ace Ventura, take a spoon and go. But no, I mean, here's the thing. Every time she picks that phone up for some frivolous or some bullshittery, right? You've got 2 cops or a cop at her property. That's 1 cop off the road. That's 1 cop stopping a drink driver, a burglary, domestic violence, or something like that. That's 1 cop away from doing his job, which he should be doing, not wasting time at someone who seems to be crying wolf. And I've said this from the get-go. She's Peter in that story, Peter and the wolf.
Yep.
Yeah, cry wolf.
100%. Yep.
And,
And then
and
when
when
she really needs to call him and she don't. She calls because somebody is driving up and down her road in a loud car. That's an actual call. That's not me saying that. That's an actual police call.
Mm.
But
Oh,
she didn't call when she thought somebody was touching her little
yeah,
baby. I mean, we're not even talking about a teenager here, y'all. We're not talking about a child that's old enough to go to school. We're talking about still a baby.
and
And
I
you're
just
not going
noticed
to
someone.
call.
Sorry, I just noticed
Go ahead.
someone like made a comment. Kathy, hi, by the way, because of Gabe's guilty plea. I am not interested in that. I don't care. I pointed that out a long time ago in August last year. I've pointed all that crap out, and I got ignored. People just saying I was talking shit. Um, and here we are now, looking at the evidence that someone's put out there, and I'm like going, okay, I called it once again. But I don't care. I don't want the credit. I don't care. But the thing is, like, why is it that there's shit coming to the surface now that I've pointed out, and it's like, oh, he's just full of shit. He's just a fucking limey. Yeah, fuck you. No, not you, Kathy. I mean, though, in general, people who think that I was full of shit. Well, hey, Fleabags, what's it like to be proven wrong by a limey, by Spermtrooper? Yeah, my sperm is strong. It swims with the speed of 1,000 gazelles with a fucking missile attached to its ass. So how about that? Going back to this whole thing about the video, it took me back to where I was watching. And that night, the fact when the sheriffs did turn up, the fact that George and everyone explained to those sheriffs what the permanent restraining order was about, they ignored it blatantly. And the fact that they turned their microphones on, and this is why I believe that the Levy County Sheriff's Office should have body cams. They should have body cams. Having the vehicle cam, yeah, fine. Having the microphone, yeah, fine. But they need to have body cams, because then there's no discrepancy. There's full transparency. And then people complain or call Jeremy a stalker when he's driving up and down a public fucking road, pardon my French, and he's filming everything he does on that road. Why? Transparency, accountability, and security. But it's funny that they've got multiple cameras, 5, 6, 7, God knows how many fucking cameras on their property, right? And like, you see all these pictures appear. It's like, yeah, Big Brother's watching, but it's not the Big Brother you think it is. Good afternoon, Star. How are you doing, sweetheart? And here's another thing, all right, which really pisses me off. People, you need to get your facts right before you open your mouth. Engage brain before you open your mouth. Now, everyone has a right to their opinion. Everyone has a right to freedom of speech. But when you've got a group, which we're going to come to, the next topic we're going to come to, right? You need to think very carefully what, who, what, where, and when. because if you don't, you'll start making mistakes, and some mistakes have caused even worse arguments. Now, here's the thing: you've got a court case, the original court case, and then you've got everything fucking else. It's like the court case is irrelevant now, and it only comes up like when someone actually, court documents or stuff like that. But the court case is now overshadowed from all the toxicity and the hypocrisy. You see what I did there? You see what I did there, my pretty? She's gone again.
Yeah, you got it right that time.
Oh, in the heart. All right. So we're going to go on to the. Why the fuck? Oh, God, I've got it wrong again. Anyway, right. There you go. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go into the next topic. The hypocrites and hypocrisy of this whole fucking thing. Beast 13, how can anyone block a 911 call? You can't. Not that I'm aware of. And I've got a friend who is a cop. If you phone up the police, the control board, it will show your number. Unless you're something special, like from a different planet or I don't know. My pretty, would you like to start this one off?
Yeah. The hypocrisy that we see every night when we watch.
You're a bit low there, darling.
I'm sorry. Hang on.
It's okay. Don't apologize. You haven't done anything wrong yet.
Just give me time. Give me time.
Okay, time. Right, everyone, start your clocks.
All right, the hypocrisy that we see is so blatant and is so right in our face. They fuss about Jeremy showing videos of, for instance, last night they touched on this, and I'll touch on it. The picture about Harley Grace in the diaper. This is what they tell. They say, and he took a picture of her in her diaper and he posted it everywhere. Well, anybody that's followed this for any length of time has seen that picture. And the reason the picture was taken, Jeremy didn't take it, it was taken by somebody else and posted, was because all the diapers that were getting dumped on that road, they were trying to figure out who was dumping the trash. And the only person that had a child in diapers happened to be Lynette. Mm-hmm. And Jeremy cropped off the picture. It was only from like mid-waist down, and it just showed the diaper itself to show, because those diapers had little turtles on them. Mm-hmm. And then he showed the diapers that had been thrown away were the exact same diapers. He did not show that child's face. He did not post her in a disrespectful manner. He was just drawing attention to the diaper, but they don't say that part. They tell you that he posted a picture of that child. So if you've not been in this for a while, if you've not seen that picture, if you don't know what it's talking about, all you're hearing is, here's this man taking pictures of this child in their diaper, and he's posting it everywhere. Yep.
And what do?
And then they turn around and they actually post pictures of the child's face.
Yep.
Of who she is, what she looks like. They post videos of her. Jeremy's not doing that. The only pictures he has ever shown are pictures that have been posted publicly of this child. Yeah, GoFundMe. Yeah. The newspaper articles where Lynette had that lady write a newspaper article about her, the ailing mother with the sickly child.
Yeah. And there's actually free, like I said before, people, if you do your research, you'll find free, probably even more, newspaper clippings about with her and the child. And the child's faces are not redacted. Now, here's a question you should ask yourself. If a newspaper, and we're talking about newspapers, if a newspaper doesn't redact the child's face, now here in the UK, they will redact the face. They will actually redact the face and actually not name the child, especially if the child is underage. Okay, hi, Slug. And the thing is, Why, I mean, it's like one rule for one, different rule for everyone else. And the fact that it's like they're saying, oh yeah, stalking and harassment and everything else. So what are they doing? What are the Womble Gob and Womble Gobs doing? Well, they're doing exactly what they're accusing someone of. Now we already know the hypocrisy that comes from Lisa. Hi, Lisa, by the way. I know you're listening. How's your ass today? Is it still swollen from sitting on it all day? Here's a thing. You like to try to intimidate and bully people, but I mean, you got a lot of shit wrong in your last life. I mean, come on, do some fucking research, will you? You with like your little bestie there, Mister Boosey Deuce, right? You call people stalking, and he's gave you the little laws, the United U.S. Code, and all that crap. But you've been stalking Jeremy way before all this court case came up, way before the water everything. You have had a hatred for that guy. You've had have a vindictive target written on his back. You've been after him for a long time. You've been trying to get him a long time, and here you are, jumped on this bandwagon, and you're actually driving that wagon now. It's a character assassination, the defamation, the slander, everything you say and do. And then you want to call people that what you're doing yourself? That's hypocrisy, madam. That's
Exactly. It's ridiculous. If you're gonna, you can't call somebody out for doing something that you're doing. I can't fuss at somebody for saying cuss words if I say cuss words. And I say this as a mother because trust me when I tell you that I have been called on that hypocrisy more than one time by my children. I've caught my children saying something. I'm like, you can't say that. I'm going to wash your mouth out with soap. Yes, I know it's country, but we did do that. I'm going to wash your mouth out with soap. And my daughters looked at me and said, well, you just said it the other day.
Yeah, there you go. Kids
and
are clever.
As I stood there and took my foot out of my mouth, what could I say? My son has told me, Mama, lead by example.
Yeah. Which a lot of people should do, actually. Talking about leading by example. When you got these trail runners, okay, who seem to get the information secondhand, third hand, fourth hand, fifth hand, and whatever, and you're sitting there just like we are right now, talking about it, discussing it, pointing out things. But the fleas, Biscuit Boy and Jabba the Hoot, right? They're trail runners. What they'll do, they'll run down that trail, and anything important or anything exciting they find, they'll take that, and then they'll make something up about it. Right? And then when they get to the end of that trail, they're like, oh shit, what do I do now? And then they run back up that trail, and they're going back and forth, back and forth. They're getting fit, but they're trying to find shit they can talk about. And here's the thing. Every single person who spoke about this, every single individual who has covered this court case or this topic, all right, everybody except one party has shown receipts, evidence, proof. Everybody.
Absolutely.
Right? Regardless if they jumped on the bandwagon, regardless if they're grifting, it doesn't fucking matter. The fact is, everybody has had evidence. Everyone's shown proof. Everyone has explained where you can find that proof. Like I've said multiple times, go and do your research. The only party who has not shown one thing but expect you to believe everything they say, have a guess who that is? The loudest horn in the forest.
Yeah.
All right. And something else. Right. And something else, one more thing. In the last 48 hours, the hate campaign against everyone who doesn't agree with that complete space cadet, right, has been a target. And here's the thing. If you would actually one day, maybe this will happen. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But one day you will actually put proof up and evidence up of what you're saying. then people may start giving you a little bit of credibility, because right now, the only credibility you've got is the fact that you are human. Well, that's still out. They're still debating that. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
there's still questions. That's us, the puppy. There's still questions about that. Trust me.
Well, just now, a little bit of poo came out. That scared the fuck out of me.
And look, she's only about 2 pounds now, mind you, but she's the loudest one in the house.
Holy shit. All right, going back to the diapers. Was it me, or a few months ago, wasn't someone trying to sell diapers?
They were selling cloth diapers. They were reselling them
Mm-hmm.
on a Facebook group, and they were selling them for $10 more than you could buy them brand new.
Hey,
They
Cajun
were
Joe,
selling.
1 second. I'll read your 1 second. Here's one thing that gets me. Considering the state of that place, and considering looking at the police evidence, the evidential pictures, okay. Now, I find it quite interesting that you're willing to sell something more than it's actually worth. And second of all, did you actually clean them from fleas and lice? And have you actually done a check to make sure that you are lice and flea free on that property after what's happened? Right. That's question one. Question two is, are you actually now eating properly? Because by the looks of it, it looks like John has been down at the meat market, at the meat butchers, and he's like drooling. Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff that is coming up to the surface. Hi, Squid. How you doing, sweetheart? Nice stream, by the way. The first 10 minutes, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic last night. Brilliant. By the way, go and check Squid out. You have to go and check Squid out. She's doing court stuff and absolutely fantastic. I do apologize, but I nearly fell asleep, so I had to leave. But anyway, the fact of the matter is that no evidence whatsoever has ever come from them. And the only thing that is coming from that side is the bullshittery that's coming from Lynette and John. Now, here's the thing. What Sarah has showed today debunks everything.
Yes, it does.
It shows.
Proves.
Yeah, go on.
I was saying, they want to run their mouth about Madam Mayor, and I personally love her to death. I think she's a very wise, very sweet, kind person. When she went on Tugs, she talked about this very text right here that Lynette has done. Madam Mayor repeated everything that Lynette's saying in this text. Because that's what was told to her. And that's why Madam Mayor said she called CPS that one time, because Lynette was saying this stuff to Madam Mayor. And it proves that Madam Mayor was exactly right. She was 100% correct. And that she wasn't telling a lie. She was telling the truth about what was going on with this child. And
here's the thing. All right, let me and you argue a little bit. Let you be the good and bad, and I'll be the bad and good.
Okay.
Right. Let's put it in a perspective here. All right. You've got a couple in their 60s, divorced, have a child that is under 5 years old, still not potty trained. Yes, she can do her ABCs and everything else. But if everything that woman has said since I've been, I mean, like, I didn't even know she existed until all that crap with the waterboard and everything else kicked off. Right? Everything she said, it's always an allegation. It's always, oh, he did this. Oh, he did that. She did this. He did that. But the thing is, then she goes to other Facebook groups, like everyone has been saying over the last few months, in so many different fucking Facebook groups and posting so much shit, and so is he. And then they say, "Oh no, that was deleted." Yeah, sorry about that, sweetheart, but people are not stupid. They screenshot everything. All right, and the thing is, if you take that evidence or you take a hard drive to the court and they check it, all they have to do is click right, go to properties, and it will tell you when it was first created, when it was last checked, and then the last time you open it. And that will be the time where that person clicked on it. Right? So if it's been edited, they will know. They will know. So all the screenshots that everyone's got and everyone has shown is factual. But these idiots on a certain platform want to tell people that everything that, like I'm saying, you're saying, Squid's saying, Shizzy's saying, Tug, Megan, and
Yeah,
everyone,
we're all wrong.
everyone who's covered it, right? Rattus, everybody is wrong. We're all lying.
Yep. Mhm.
So if I hold a pen in front of you and I say, here's a banana, am I telling the truth or am I lying? That's their mentality.
Yep, exactly.
And that's where the hypocrisy and the trail runners come into it.
And see, a lot of people aren't in the Facebook groups itself. They're just following this on YouTube.
Mm.
And in the Facebook groups is where you see the screenshots. It's where you see the actual court papers. It's where you actually see the stuff that's being brought up. And you don't see that on YouTube because, of course, they don't post that stuff. They don't share that stuff with anybody. And so you've got people that are just going by what's being told and they're not looking for themselves. Go to Facebook, look up Northport Facebook groups, look up Levy County word of mouth groups. All you got to do is pull up the group, join the group, and then go over to the little search field and type in anybody's name. And it will pull up every post and comment that person's made in that group, and then you can read it.
Mm-hmm.
It's real simple, and they love Facebook. Now let me tell you, them two folks, Lynette and John, they love Facebook. And they are on there like crazy. It's ridiculous.
So let me ask you a question: if they're on the internet that much on Facebook and buying crystals and stuff like that, who's looking after Lilith?
She looks after herself. Now that's the truth. She looks after herself. What they do is they give her a tablet, they give her something, and get her to go play and do what she wants to go do, so she doesn't bother them, and they can do what they want to do.
Allegedly, speculation.
Yeah.
Let's just allege.
My opinion.
Your opinion, but allegedly speculation.
Yeah, my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, something like that has been mentioned in the past. Like I said, I haven't seen anything, proof of that, and like I said, I will not put anything up or say anything that if I haven't got the proof for it or I've got no evidence of it. However, it has been said multiple times, so therefore, fine. Yeah. But one thing that gets me is the fact that the moment, when was it, last month and a half ago, when they put up that website and then with all those new pictures on there, which I found fucking disgusting that they actually did that. And then you had on the left, you had Mr. Space Cadet himself. And then on the right, you had the PR team. Oh, that was interesting. PR team. That was Tori and Lisa. Interesting. And then suddenly the website goes down. But by that time, everyone already had what they needed, evidence. All right.
Exactly.
But the fact that,
and you're going to say you're not the PR team, but yet you created that website. You had to physically type in those words. But yet you're not the PR team. You've never been a PR team. But you had to type those words in. Your little fingers had to work to put those words in there.
Yeah. Marlin, I just noticed that. Do me a favor, refresh and then come back in, because that shouldn't be happening. 3.5 minutes, that should be happening. It's down to 10 seconds. That you shouldn't be waiting 3.5 minutes to put a post up. But anyway, going back, I swear to God, someone needs to tell me the fucking truth. Is it in the water or is it in the air? Are you guys smoking something over there that you're not telling us? Or
I wish they'd share if they smoking it, because it's really good stuff.
It fucking is. I mean, come on. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, like Biscuit Boy. And this is another thing that I mean, like, I'll come back to the last 48 hours in a minute. Right. Here comes another bit of like the hypocrisy that's going on. Right. You got Lynette Preston screaming and shouting, "No, don't record my child. Don't do the blah, 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 blah. No, I don't want anyone near her, blah, blah, blah." But here you've got over a dozen people with no masks, nothing around her. You got her walking around other people and sort of being around building site, like literally a building site when you put the fence up, right? No one's there to make sure that she doesn't fall into a hole or trip over anything. And she's just running around, bless her cotton socks, which she should do. A child should do that. But then you've got Biscuit Boy recording her. And not just once, multiple times. But she's standing there when they went to get Lloyd's RV. Oh, record it. Oh, they're going to record my child. They're going to record. So hang on a minute. Why are you putting your child up on GoFundMe's and newspapers and everything else? Why are you allowing some Michelin Man looking, Mickey Mouse sounding Muppet, right, to film the child? And not once, but multiple times. Right, and like, is it one rule for one people, or are you just making a big scene in front of cameras in front of the police because you think you'll get your way, or what's going on here? Because the thing is, it's all hypocrisy. You're attacking two people who are protecting themselves. That's all I'm seeing. I'm seeing a group of people attacking two people who are protecting themselves, and the reason they're attacking them is because they got money. It's all about money, and it's all about clout, money, and fame.
Hey, if you'll notice, and I challenge anybody out here to prove me wrong, but of all them people that was on that property to get that camper,
Morning, Samuel.
I ain't seen that youngin' one time in any video. Nobody posted a video of that child. Not that they don't have her on video. They may inadvertently captured her running or whatever. But not one person has posted a video of that child. Nobody has put her on the internet.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much. There's so much evidence out there to contradict what they're saying. I mean, you can't. Seriously, Hollywood needs to get in touch with these people. I mean, Hollywood needs to get involved. Newspapers, TV, everyone needs to get involved, because the amount of they wouldn't have to grift on YouTube or on newspapers or GoFundMe. They would make hundreds of thousands of dollars just by like having a TV series like Mr. Ed. Yeah. You just have John in a stable, like, I mean, seriously. But in the last 48 hours, it's been absolutely insane. I mean, the threats they've made, the indirect threats they've made, certain stuff they said about me and other people, they would love for me and someone else to meet up. I mean, what you're saying, no, we mentioned this the other night, and the attacks and, Mr. I call him Lizard Boy, right? Mr. Lizard Boy. Because he sits there and goes, when it comes to Lisa, he's like, his tongue must be going up for about 200 miles an hour, right? Mr. Ed Lang, a.k.a. Ed Warrior, a.k.a. Helix, a.k.a. freaking God knows whatever name he uses.
You're talking about my Eddie? I love my Eddie.
Yeah, I know. I mean, he is funny. It's funny when he uses an anonymous post and you know exactly it's him. But again, I mean, like they're not scared. They're inciting. I've seen some of these posts. I just read them and I've gone, fucking hell. They're richly inciting people to attack people, and which I believe goes against YouTube terms of service.
Well, now think about this. Okay, this was Lynette's whole thing, and again, correct me, folks, if I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. Okay. Lynette's thing was she was getting death threats. She was getting people going at her. And it was because of what Jeremy was saying on his videos. It was inciting people to come at her and to say things to her. And yada yada yada. And yet in the opposite, if you flip it around, again back to hypocrisy, if you flip it around, they're doing the same thing. No, you can't control what people say in your chat. No, you can't control what people do outside. It just doesn't work that way. But you know what you can do? You can stand up and say, you know what? We're not going to put up with that when it's being said in your chat. You can say, as the host of a YouTube channel, you can say, you know what? We're not going to put up with that. That's your first warning. We're not going to
Wouldn't
say
it?
those kind of things in here. But they never
Sorry,
do that, ever, ever, ever.
sorry, I just seen a comment. But Linda Rogers, I wouldn't let Biscuit Boy around a female dog.
Amen, Belinda.
You know what? I mean, oh crap! There was something I was going to say, but have you noticed in the last 48 hours the turn of attitude, the 180 from some people that you talk about? Oh, we haven't seen Bruce on their stream for a while. Suddenly, Bruce appears on their stream. Don't you find that interesting? Or the fact that some people sit there and they flap their gums, and they're that stupid that they actually gave themselves away. I mean, I mean, I'm coming to a point now where I'm sure that this must be a prank that's going on so long that people are not saying. But the fact that it's come to a point now where you can see the stress, you can richly see it. I watched George and Jeremy the other night because I just wanted to see, and then I was you can see not the frustration, the stress, and you can see it in both of them physically, and you can see it in their faces as well, right? And it's not fair on them. What is so it's against the law to defend yourself. People break the rules, and the government and the governmental bodies like the police, like the DA, like the courts don't do anything about it, considering that the PRO is federal, but it seems that Florida has a law upon itself. With all due respect to any Floridians who are in here, I mean, where do you draw that line? Because they don't know where to draw that line.
Look, it could have all been settled simple. It was so simple. It just, all she had to do was just shut up.
I mean,
That's
a cease
simple.
and desist.
Just don't put his mouth. Just don't put his name in your mouth.
And
Don't
what
do
did she
that.
do? What?
If you hadn't done, if you had just stopped, he gave you opportunity. If you had just stopped and not put his name in your mouth, acted like he did not exist in this world, he would have stopped making videos about you. He would have stopped talking about it. You would have went on with your life. He would have went on with his life, and you would never have had to interact with each other in any way, shape, or form at all. You would not be convicted of a crime involving having to have a protection order against you. You would not have been found guilty of violating the protection order. All these things would not have happened. It's real simple. Just shut up.
Yeah,
It's
but
real
here's another problem. Not a problem, not for anyone, not for Jeremy or anything. But someone else has wrote a cease and desist letter to her.
I know, I saw that.
And ever guess what? They fucking started on them as well.
Oh, I know.
I mean, like,
you
seriously, I'm sorry, I'm going to swear now. You can't make this shit up, even if you try to avoid it. You just can't make it up. I mean, where does it stop? I mean, you've got one platform breaking so many TOSs and so many the community guideline rules, right? Discussing something is one thing. Pointing something out with evidence is another thing. I mean, Squid, are you still here? If you're still here, just give me a thumbs up. If you when you like talking about a topic, right, and you're trying to put your point across, right? There's certain things that you can and can't, you can do and can't do. Now, I was gonna. Oh, I don't know if Squid's still here, but go and watch Squid's last stream last night. Go and watch it. Facts, evidence, proof. The first 10 minutes is like people could learn from that, right? People could learn, and this is what pisses me off with a lot of people, right? They like to jump on the bandwagon and like stay shit and everything else, and that goes for everyone. I mean, there's so many people in that Facebook group now. I just sit there and I laugh and I just come out with stupid remarks. I just make stupid comments and that shit. But then we're going to go on to our next topic, by the way. Then
Okay.
you come across bullying. I mean, why do people bully each other? If you have got an opinion, say for example, Mypretty, I say to you, yeah, I don't agree with you, yeah, and you go, okay, fine, but then I carry on and go, well, I think you're talking that, da da da, right? It goes from disagreement to no, it goes from constructive criticism, where you could agree to disagree or disagree to agree, to being argumentative, then being rude, and then being basically then start picking on someone. And then if you don't like what they're saying, you're reporting their comments or shit like that. I mean, that's bullying.
It is. It is. I mean, let's face. I'll tell you up front. I'm 54 years old. I'm old enough to be able to agree to disagree, and I'm okay with that. You don't have to agree with me. I don't care. I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm just stating what I believe. You state what you believe, and then we go on to the next topic.
Yeah.
But it's not like that. It's you better watch what you're saying. You better watch your mouth. You're gonna be the next one to go down. You're stupid. You're ignorant. You're this, you're that. Come on, people.
Hi,
Come
Palmer.
down off the cross because somebody else needs the wood.
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing. Did you hear that voice recording between Tori and Lisa?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Who bung her head against the wall? Okay, you just admitted to physically bodily harm, or GBH, or grievous bodily harm, or in America, battery, or whatever it's called. I mean, there's a voice recording of you admitting assaulting someone or wanting to assault someone. I mean, seriously? Are you two that dim? I mean, Christ, you couldn't find a dimmer in any hardware store to get that dim. Jesus.
It is. It's ridiculous. I mean, let's face facts. I know in the fake what the hells, it can get to be the Wild West over there sometimes, and I know that. But just agree to disagree. You say your piece. This is why I feel this way, and you go on about your business. But it's not like that. People want to. They want to. They gnaw that bone till there's nothing left. They just continuously go at people, and it's ridiculous. And they call people stupid, and they call people ignorant,
All right,
and I mean, it
Marlon. Sorry
happens
that
on
it's not.
both sides. Happens on both sides.
Yeah, Marlon. Sorry that it's. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. This has been going, and it happened to me the other night as well. So I apologize. I mean, just sit and listen, sweetheart. I know you're here, so just hang out and listen in. Oh God! I mean, did you notice the I put a post up with Santa Claus and there was a little cat in it?
Yeah, I saw
And
it. Charlene found that cat too.
yeah, yeah. No, I put it in. I put it in both groups, and in one I said like, if you find it, you get a hug, a cyber hug, of course. Hi, Orphan Kitten Rescue, and in the other one, yeah, I just whatever. I just put it, being a little bit sarcastic, a little facetious, but. Do you know people actually like there's no negativity whatsoever in either of them, which is really strange. Hi Wolf, which is really strange because like the thing is, that's what you want. You want that type of atmosphere. If someone doesn't agree, look at you, I don't agree with that. Yeah, okay, fine, you don't agree with it. Okay, let's agree to disagree. But to start bullying people, right? And the thing is, you have to understand that when you can get to a point, right, where cyberbullying gets involved, where it includes sending, posting, or sharing negative, harmful, false, or mean content about someone else. Yeah. You have to be very careful. I mean, it's like you just, especially if it causes harassment or humiliation or embarrassment. Now, people can do something about it, and it's unlawful and it's criminal. So I think that, Fleas, if you're listening, I think you need to start thinking before you speak and start learning the law properly, not from a ambulance chaser who's got a snout that big that if he walks into any wind stronger than 2 miles an hour, he'll start going sideways. Right? So get your facts right. Stop picking on people. Stop trying to intimidate people. Stop attacking people. Because, like, your credibility has gone. You've got no the people who are listening to you are unfortunately very easily manipulated, and the fact that you are grifting off this, which you are, and you're quite proud of it as well, just shows what type of characters and people you are. Your opinion is as much worth as the toilet paper I use to wipe my ass on. There you go. There's my personal opinion. And that's my personal opinion. It's called freedom of speech, freedom of expression. You should know that. It's a part of the First Amendment. Anyway, going on to the next one. Self-destructive behavior. Actual fact, let me just check, sorry. Self-destructive behavior. Got anything to add to that?
I think it's evident. It's very evident. They, unfortunately, if you take Lynette and John both, God love them, they are
Who got timed out?
self-destructive.
Who got timed out?
Huh?
No, someone just put in there, people get upset when the mods ask people to stop numerous times, then complain when they get timed out. Who got timed out? Anyone got timed out? No one got timed out. Good. Right. Okay. Carry on. No, sorry. My bad.
But I think that they are self-destructive. Lynette's got to realize this. She thinks these people that she talks to on Facebook are her friends. Okay? And granted, I've met some wonderful people on Facebook, and I love them dearly and consider them to be my friends. But Lynette thinks everybody she talks to on Facebook is her friend.
Okay, change.
And she thinks that she can just share everything she's thinking. She can share all her thoughts with these people that she hasn't known but a hot minute. And you can't do that. So she is self-destructive in that regard, because she's the one sharing this information with these people, and then these people are taking it and they're running with it. Right. Yeah. They're running with it because all they're hearing is what she's saying, and they're taking what she's saying as truth. Just like with that screenshot, she made those statements. Nobody made that observation. Let's keep that in mind, folks. Nobody observed any of that happening. That came from Lynette. So when you hear a mother say that about her child, immediately you're going to believe what she's saying, because what mother would lie? So
can I just
believe that?
Right. Lilu, I would love to recap, but I'll tell you one thing: if we recap, this stream will be still going on in about 10 hours time, because we are talking about
See, he don't even know, Lulu. See, no, that's why he can't recap.
No, because I got so shut up, you. I've got so much going through my head right now because there's so much I want to say, and obviously I don't want to upset the kiddies. So we're just going to keep it to the topics that we got. But the fact that the fact that they turn everything that she has said into their own narrative, and then people have, for some reason, people believe what is being said. That gets my gears grinding, because at the end of the day, it's dark and everyone needs a light. But some of these people have brains made of dynamite, and they're either too dangerous to open their eyes or to even touch a light switch. It doesn't make any sense, right? If I'm just going to be devil's advocate for a second. I'm going to step out of the box and say this. Hypothetically speaking, Robbie, Lisa, and Tori, right, would actually use a bit of common sense. I know. I'm sorry. I know I'm swearing. And I apologize. Okay? But just work with me on this one. Stop tapping. All right? But if you use some common sense and look at what she is saying, and then you use your own narrative, right, to make up some bullshittery, so to make you happy and to get the views and the grifting and everything else, then you are no better than her. And everything that is coming your way you deserve. And actual fact, to be perfectly honest with you, irregardless of what she has said, is what you have said over the last few months. The fact that you have character assassinated Jeremy and George, the fact that you have attacked these people, irregardless if they've been wrong or right, it doesn't matter. They're human beings. People make mistakes. But the fact that you have got a personal thing, and I've been saying this from day one, you have a personal vendetta against Jeremy Hales, Lisa, and you need to get help. You need to talk to someone professional, because the level of hatred and the level of your narrative and in your rhetoric and narrative and everything else is so personal that you need to talk to someone. Because you've gone away from the court, you've gone away from Lynette, you've gone away from John Cook, you've gone away from that, all right, and you are richly attacking people now. And the thing is, you don't know who you've got in your stream. You don't know if you got someone like Bearded Fisherman, who made, allegedly, speculation, there may be proof out there, who made certain comments about coming down to Otter Creek, and then retracted that a few weeks later. This is what you need to think about, because if anything happens, have a guess where the old Rozzers are going to knock on the door. Have a guess where the Rozzers are going to knock on the door.
Yeah, you're responsible for what's said and done in your chat. You have control over that. That's just like in groups. Okay, I got control over what's said in a group. I give everybody pretty much carte blanche. They can say what they want to say to a point. Once that line's crossed, and most everybody in the group already knows what my lines are. Once that line's crossed, that's where I step in, and I try to put a fire out before it gets to be a 4 alarm fire. While it's still just a little kindling, I try to put that fire out. And I'll go to you personally in messages and say, hey, look, I'm going to remove your comment because you just can't say it like that. I get what you're trying to say and I understand, but maybe say it this way instead, and it'll be better.
Actually,
but that's my job.
Mm.
That's my job. I'm responsible for that.
Can I? Well,
oh my God! If you must.
Thank you. Wait a minute.
I mean, it is your YouTube channel.
It's like, there goes my channel. No, Jim W, JW Electric. People believe what they want, no matter the truth. Yes. However, Jim, there's a difference between what people say and what people say and show, or what people say and do and show. Okay. And yes, there's a lot of people who I don't like. There's a lot of people who I despise. There's a lot of people who I just don't want to be associated with. There's a lot of people who I don't talk to, right? For my own reasons. I don't have to explain myself, but I tell you one thing, I will always come to their defense if I think they're being attacked on a level that is wrong. I will always stand their corner. And that's the type of person I am. Now, the problem is the people that are spreading the hate and the negativity and this self-destructive behavior. It's only coming from one corner. And if you walk into a room and you've got loads of people in that room, and you've got one guy standing in one corner, you've got another guy standing in the other corner, and they're fucking eyeing each other up, ready to fucking pounce and ready to go toe to toe. Right, and then give a couple of plugs here and there, right? What are you going to do? Just let them go for it and then mess up the whole atmosphere, mess up the whole day for everyone else? Or are you going to step in and go, what? Do you know what happened? Right, okay, what happened? Right, can you prove it? No. Can you prove it? Yeah, bang. Oh, right, okay then. Right, you two, shake hands, sort yourself out, put your man sausages away and get back to work. If I hear anything else, you're both suspended. Bang, done. Right here, you can't do that, because the thing is, you've got so many people believing something without even seeing one shred of evidence, And that's the scary part of this whole game. Everyone is forgetting about the court case. Everyone has forgot about that little girl, right? I don't live in the States, so I don't know the American law. But I tell you one thing: over the last few months, I've learned a lot about U.S. law. And one thing I can say that Florida, I hope they end up on the radar or the federal or anything higher, the Supreme Court or whatever you want to call it. I hope that something is done about the police down there, something is done about the DA down there, and something is done about the courts down there, because like this shit should have been squashed a long time ago. This should have never come to what it's like today, ever.
Yeah, but if the ringleader of the circus is part of the show, then he can't control the show. I've got people in my groups that are for Jeremy. I got people in my groups that are against Jeremy.
Mm.
I have stood up for the ones that are against Jeremy when they've gotten into verbal talks with other people, and the people that are for Jeremy stepped over the line. And I've lost members because they wouldn't behave to that one person that was against Jeremy.
Yeah.
But I stood up for that one person that was against Jeremy because that person was in the right. It doesn't matter. That person was right. They were sharing their opinion. They were not being aggressive. They were not being mean. And these people that were for Jeremy were being abusive to that person. I lost 4 members because of it. Because right is right, wrong is wrong. I don't care who it is. I don't care what side of the game that you play on. I don't care what team you're on. I don't care anything about that. At the end of the day, I'm the admin. I'm the one that's responsible. I am the one that has to protect every single one of those members. Lisa is responsible for her YouTube channel.
Yeah.
She's responsible for every person that comes in that chat, and she's responsible for what they say. Now, she can't control what they say, but she can fix it after it's done. She can delete that comment. She can call that person out because she's real good about doing that. She don't mind calling out anybody else. Call out that person and say, you know what, we're not going to do this. This is not how we're going to play on my playground. We're going to play on my playground this way. And if you don't like it, don't come back to my playground. It's just like at my house. When I was growing up, my mom and daddy, if you come into my house and they could smell alcohol on your breath, you weren't allowed in my house. We lived in Virginia, and we had family lived up in the mountains in North Carolina. It was about an 8-hour trip back then, because of course we didn't have the interstates we have now. You have one way in, one way out type thing. It took 8 hours to get from their house to my house. They'd show up at our house. I've had my uncle show up at my house, and my dad answered the door, and I've been there. And when the guy come in, Dad shook his hand, and Dad looked at him, stopped him at the front door. And Daddy said, look, I'm so glad you came to visit me. And tomorrow, when you haven't been, all right, and tomorrow, when you hadn't been drinking, you're more than welcome to come in and visit. We'll have coffee, we'll have lunch, but you're not coming in today because you've been drinking. Because that was the rules of my house. And my daddy, if he hurt your feelings, he was sorry, but you knew the rules before you came. And that's the way I was raised. This is my house, my rules. My children, same thing. If you let your kid come into my house and I'm responsible for your child because they came to visit me in my house, they going to live by the same rules that my 2 youngins live by. And if I don't let my children do it, I ain't going to let your child do it. And if you don't like my rules, keep your child at home. And that's the way it needs to be run in these YouTube channels, in these Facebook groups. It's the same principle. It's my house, my rules.
Mm-hmm.
But people
my
don't
stream,
do that.
my rules. Shut up. I'm only joking.
Invited guest. Look, don't make me kick you now. I'm just kidding.
Wait, what? Right, okay. Oh shit, that's funny. But you are hitting on a lot of good points there. Now, before we carry on with this conversation, excuse me.
You got to go to the bathroom again? That's usually what you say before we carry on with the conversation. I gotta go to the bathroom again.
No, I'm coughing.
You alright?
No, I was coughing. Anyway, what I was going to say, John German. Now, he's blaming, making accusations about Jeremy setting him up and all that crap. No, that's virtually impossible. And I can prove with one screenshot that it's all bullshit. Because the thing is, what John German forgets to tell people is that there were actually two auctions, or multiple auctions. And he's saying that Jeremy sort of staged his, what you call it, his storage thing. Of course, people are going to go in and have a look around before they search it. However, there's a problem. And here's the reason why. Okay, as you can see here, all right, at the top, right there. Okay, now that's a 259 or a 289, right? 5205, as you can see here. Now, if you have a look at the top of the picture, you can see all that junk there, yeah? Now, here comes the thing. This number is on the receipt that Mr. German's got. But if you look around here, this is the one that Jeremy bought. And totally different layout. Totally different layout. No bike in there. And he said that this was all staged. The fucking, yeah, look, oh, nice car. But you see the number here? Yeah, you see that number?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you see that number there?
Yeah.
And now look at that number there. I mean, I used to have this. I used to have all this, but I deleted it because, yeah. But anyway, so there you go, right? Hypocrisy. Yeah, so you've got a receipt with the first number on it, and you're saying that you got ripped off by a person. Well, I find it quite strange that the storage that you're saying that he staged and he stole, whatever, right, happens to be a total different type of storage. It's got a total different auction ID number. So, and then, right, you get your money back from the storage unit, from the storage company. Funny, isn't it? Isn't it strange? Isn't that strange?
Yeah. I believe that John does believe that. But based on the stuff that I've seen, I do not see where he has a case against Jeremy. If he did, he would have already found an attorney and went after Jeremy with it. I did storage units for a lot of years. And
this was quite a few years ago. And the fact that he actually accepted the money back now, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, he must have known he did wrong, or something was wrong, or he was just blaming. Maybe he got, you know, maybe Jeremy said, yeah, go for that one, you know, and I'll go for this one, or whatever. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, right, he got the money back from the storage people. Well, he lost a couple of grand, but, you know, why didn't he do something about it then? But the fact of the matter is that on his receipt, it says the last numbers, 205, and then on the other one that Jeremy actually bought is a complete different storage and a complete different ID number. So that fucking, again, debunked, right? And then you got Numbnut, fucking Jabbedy Hoot. That's why I call him Jabbedy Hoot, right? He sits on his platform going, hey, look, I got a camera looking here, and I got a camera looking here, and hey, look at me, I'm very posh and very well spoken. I was educated with a silver spoon stuck up my ass. Well, newsflash, sunshine. You know, too little, too late. You know, you had every opportunity to jump on the bandwagon with your fellow camaraderies, right? But what did you do? Yeah, right. But this whole situation, there's all this bullshittery going back and forth. There's a lot of people who don't like my opinion, or they don't like what I'm saying. And you know what? I don't care what you think. You know, there's a lot of people who may not say what you're saying they may not like. Who
Oh
cares?
yeah, there's plenty don't like me. There's some
Yeah,
don't like the oxygen I breathe.
yeah. And hi, Mercedes. And there's a lot. Here's the thing. There's a lot of people who, I'm not going to talk about the people who I no longer talk to. I don't talk to a lot of people, right? But the one thing, like I said, I will always be in a corner with people, not with anyone, right? I'm not like that, right? And I know a lot of people, both sides need to take a step back, step out the box, and look at the situation in the long run, right? Because once this case is over with, what have you got to fall back on? What have you got to progress in your YouTubery life, right? What have you got, right? Because you can't grift off this the rest of your life, the rest of your career on YouTube. You can't always go back and go, well, hey, you remember that day when I was sitting on, yeah, no, you can't do that. And I get it. There's this whole situation, right, has involved a lot of people. The fact that you've actually got apparently a professional lawyer, a professional certified lawyer, acting like a 5-year-old in a sandpit who just had his bucket taken away from him. I mean, like the amount of mistakes he's done, the amount of slip-ups he's done. I mean, just you could write a book just on him. But the thing is, here's the thing: like a lot of people seem to forget, he's the one who wanted the fucking PR. Hi, Lisa. He's the one who wanted the attention. And what did he want the attention for? The committee the disciplinary that he's going through at the moment, at present, in the Connecticut disciplinary board because of this mac and cheese bullshittery. And that's what he wants. And I've gone off mac and cheese. If my queen brings me mac and cheese, I will sue her. I will sue her for a loaf of bread and some corned beef. And probably
never liked mac and cheese, so we all
some
right.
barbecue sauce or some sort of like that. Anyway, but the whole thing has deflected away from the court case. And we need to start bringing, ignoring what these idiots are saying and just concentrate on the court case, concentrate on the motions, concentrate on the dockets. Because, like, I think that's more important than the bullshit factor. Pardon my French. Again.
Yeah, we're just waiting. We're waiting on those motions. I'm hoping this week that we'll find something out.
Well, I don't think Bruce is going to be happy because, like, okay, let me put it this way. How can I put this?
Well, now, if you don't know, how are we supposed to?
Right, okay, just easy, Tiger. Right? Right. Let me put it this way. The way he's behaved through the whole debacle and everything he's done with the deposition with Jeremy, which was awesome. I'm glad that Jeremy got that ecosystem. And that brings me, remind me about ecosystem in a minute. You're going to love this.
Okay. All right.
All right. And then they got told off. They both got everyone got their wrist slapped, and they got told, right, come to Pensacola. You're going to do it here in front of me. They were read the riot act by the magistrate, who's a young chap, and I'm glad he's young and he's switched on. He's computer literate. He knows what's going on, and I like the fact that he turned around and said, "Look, I could fucking get the marshals in here and put you in jail right now."
Mm-hmm.
So everyone's going to play nice. And he wasn't just directing it at Bruce, but he was directing it at both sides, which I found fucking awesome. Pardon my French. Right? And what happens? They hadn't even got out of the fucking up. Oh, no, sorry. I'm trying not to swear. They hadn't even got out of the freaking office on that conversation, and he was already interrupting the magistrate. And he already pissed off the magistrate. And then when they went into the deposition, well, you heard what happened there.
Right.
And then it's all right, Selena, no problem. Hi, welcome. But here's one thing I do like, right? Seeing an unshaven, smartly dressed Jeremy sitting in his truck after driving 5 hours, and saying it as it is, saying the factual that he got his wrist slapped, that everyone got their wrist slapped, saying it
Right.
as it
He
is.
admits he got it done too. He admits that, he openly admits that, I got my butt handed to me a couple times myself.
Yeah. Oh, Selena Crosby, you asking anyone from Canada? There you go. Tamara B. Ow. Ow. Stop licking the screen.
I had to move my earphone.
It's all right. I'm not joking. You bust my balls, I'm busting yours. Oh, wait a minute.
That's all right. At least I got some bruised on. I'm
Ooh.
just kidding.
Ooh. If he hears that, he's going to sue you for defamation of character. You know that, don't you?
I don't know why he said
He's,
Jeremy
he's gonna
only
he's
had
gonna get
one.
you. He's gonna get you for harassment and cyberbullying because he said that he doesn't have balls. No, the reason he hasn't got balls between his legs is because they're in front of his eyes. That's why he keeps on walking into shit. Dickhead. Anyway, everyone knows my opinion about him. Anyway, but I like the fact that he sat there and he explained everything in his video. It was fantastic, and I really respected that. Like Jeremy's a human being, and I'm sort of like I will judge him if I have to. I will challenge him on stuff he says or does, just like I'll do anyone else. But the thing is, like, how can you judge a human being, a man who's on a 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right, 4 weeks a month, yeah, 12 months a year, the last 2.5 years or 2 years, defending himself on continuously?
And not just himself, but he's having to defend his family. He's having to defend his friends. He's having to defend his business. It's not just him. He's having to defend George and Deanna and Travis and
Yeah.
Mayor, and he's
And
having to
Host
do
Pickett,
all
if she
that.
carries on if she carries on poking me with freaking spelling, don't you come in here as a grammar police host. I tell you, I'll tell Mypretty. I'll tell her that you're picking on me. Right.
But you're right, and Jeremy's not perfect by any stretch of the word. But let me tell you something, neither am I. I'm not perfect. We all make mistakes. We all let our emotions take control, and we all screw up here or there. But at least Jeremy's man enough to say, "Hey, look, I screwed up.
And
I did something I shouldn't have done."
And what have I been saying over these since the get go? What have I been saying about when it comes to emotions and me?
You said you don't let your emotions rule you.
Yeah, and that means if you come in here with your emotions, then you better make sure that you brought a doggy bag because you're gonna be eating outside. I don't care about people's emotions because at the end of the day, emotions are from reactions of what you're seeing and what you're doing. Now, people are going to be pissed off of what's being said. People are going to be upset after reading that text message. I get that. I respect that, and I understand that. But the thing is, if you allow your emotions to dictate how you behave and how you conduct yourself, then you need to stay away from the interwebs. You just take a break, go for a walk, get your dog, your husband, put the lead on your husband and put the belt on your dog and, just go for a walk. Emotions will always cause problems. And that's why I am zero tolerance when it comes to emotions. And at the moment, like, I'm surprised that Jeremy hasn't broken down again, or George hasn't broken down. And the fact that George has went through a health scare, and they mocked her and they dragged her through the gutters when she had a health scare. How would they like it? How would they like it if they got dragged through, through the gutters? They would go straight onto the attack. They would call people every name under the sun, and they wouldn't stop until they were there was no air coming out. But it's okay for them to attack this woman who is not the first time she's had this issue, but this is, I think, twice as far as I'm aware. Right. But luckily, touch wood, it was a false alarm. But the thing is,
get no more transparent. Sorry, but you can't get no more transparent than taking the camera with you into the hospital.
yeah.
I mean, You can't get no more transparent than that, and yet
Yeah.
they still want to say that he staged that. That
Mm,
that
Well,
wasn't real.
I mean, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Wookiees and Ewoks, boys and girls, puppies and dogs, none of this is staged. It's real. This
Yeah.
is day in, day out. This is real. I know that. Please don't misinterpret this, and please don't misunderstand this. I don't mean any disrespect to you Americans over there. But the thing is, you need to get out of that fucking gutter you got your head in, that fantasy world, and come back into the world of reality and see what the hell is going on here, right? I mean, the fact, I know what cancer can do to a family. I know what it can do to a human being, right? And the fact that this lady had that George had that scare, and you can tell just by the way Jeremy reacted to it. It nearly broke him. It nearly broke him. But that guy has got a spine. He's got big kahunas. His man sausage must go down to his ankle, and he is a warrior. He is a warrior, not them. He deserves a fucking medal. Pardon my French, but that's the only way I can say it, right? Because like they want to question his relationship. That's probably one of the best relationships I've seen.
Oh yeah.
You
And
know.
when somebody's going through that, I've been there myself. And I can tell you that it is extremely hard for the person that's going through it, but it's even harder for the man that loves you, that's supposed to be there to protect you,
Mm-hmm.
that he's supposed to take care of you and make sure everything in your life is okay. And all of a sudden, he can't. He can't take care of you anymore. He can't protect you from this. It's devastating to that man because I saw my husband basically just go to his knees whenever he was faced with this situation of what possibly could be wrong. And luckily, nothing was, everything was taken care of with me. But to see my husband that, he doesn't cry, he doesn't take things seriously. I mean, I'll get mad at the soap operas and fuss at them on TV, but he looks at me like I'm crazy because he doesn't let that stuff get to him. He doesn't do the gossip. He doesn't do all that stuff. But to see my husband privately, away from everybody else, not knowing anybody could see him, and to see him break down, and to hear him say to me the same words Jeremy says about George, I can't take care of her. She's my girl, and I can't fix it for her. I can't take care of her. And then to make jokes about that, I just think it just shows what kind of person you are. And I hope and pray that it never happens in their life. I really, really do, because it is the most stressful time in any couple's life when either the husband, the wife, the fiance, the boyfriend, the girlfriend, whatever you are to each other, when that happens, it's all of a sudden nothing else matters in life.
Would you do me a favor?
I'll do my best.
Yeah. Would you take a deep breath and go and get yourself a drink? Give yourself a minute to
Yes, I will.
to compose yourself, please, if you don't mind.
I sure will.
All right, go and get yourself a drink. And while you're getting that, while you're getting that drink, Star, I've seen your comment. Tamara, I've seen yours. Mercedes, I've seen everyone's comments, and it is a touchy subject. It is a subject that no one wants to experience or talk about. But the best thing is talk about it. Get out of your system, because when you get out of your system, that means you've got other people to support you, and people who've gone through that experience themselves can then not give you advice, but help you with what they went through, and basically you can support each other. But everything that's happened, the fact that all these people didn't care, they did not care one bit. I mean, we could go on about the memorial, and we can talk about ever stuff. We can cover ever stuff that I've already covered months ago. That I called, excuse me, that I called months ago. But I'm not going to bother. because at the end of the day, we're just yes, please. We're just wasting breath, we're wasting time. You know where I stand with everything that I've said in the past. All you have to do is just do your research. But when it comes to the disgusting behavior of individuals and the fact that you're coming out with nothing but excuses for 2 hours about criminal record that appeared out of nowhere. Even I was like, wow. I mean, the one with Gabe, I already knew about that. I mentioned that, I already mentioned that a while back. I already knew about that. I mentioned it a few times. But Lisa, you are not an angel as you make out to be, are you? Driving without a license. Ooh. And knowingly doing it as well. Wow. Naughty, naughty girl. Yeah. And then you want to sit on your high horse and you want to judge other people. What an absolute shit fest you are. I mean, Christ, I think the best part of you ran down your mum's back. But again, freedom of speech in America, you can say what you like, but you got to be careful what you say online. Now, I have a freedom of speech. I am not breaking any laws, but I'm not making any threats or anything. What I'm doing is I'm airing my opinion. And this whole situation, right, has been taken out of context by one group of people. Okay, sometimes it doesn't help, other people jumping on this bandwagon, but at the same time, you have to understand is that everyone has a right to discuss this. This is not the Johnny Depp's trial. This is not, one of these big trials that's been covered by other people. You've got a federal case and two frivolous cases. One's already been dropped. The other one's going to be dropped. Fact. And I think there should be a countersuit. I think that people on the thumbnail case and the other case, I think that countersuit, I think they should sue. They should take them to court. And there's a lot I want to say, but I don't want to give other people ideas. But I tell you one thing. Yeah, they should countersue, and the fact that certain people have ended up on the docket on a defense list, I hope the federal court say that I'll wait till Pam gets back and then I'll ask her. But
I'm here.
All right, I hope that's confirmed, because if it's confirmed, then I will grift. I swear to God, I will sell my body parts to get a plane ticket, and I will sit in that court and I have the biggest smile on my face, and I'll be looking right at them, and I will make sure they know it'll be me, because I will wear the biggest fucking Welsh flag you can have.
I agree. It's definitely on my list of things to do, is to go to the federal case. I want to see it myself. I want to sit there and watch it.
Yeah, that courtroom is going to be full. It's going to be packed.
Oh yeah, most
it's
definitely.
Going to one side is going to be the flea side, and the other side is going to be the hail side. And then you'll start noticing that the flea side will go, oh yeah, we've bit off a bit too much cake here. Yeah, but
I plan on going as an emotional support human for somebody. So I definitely.
Oh, right. So you're gonna wait.
Yeah.
You're gonna dress up in the collar and lead and put one of those vests on. Go. Roo.
Well, why not? I might just order one from you know who. I mean, I'm sure they have a wide selection.
Oh God, I just pictured that as well. You walking around with a strap on. I mean, like a strap. What do you call it? Can you imagine turning up in all your levers and then going, yo, bitches, I'm here.
Well, I am the one that would be willing to do stuff like that if I could get by with it, don't doubt.
Yeah. Hey, Kathy, I'm only joking. No one is to do any type of fundraiser or any monetary thing for me at all. I don't want anyone to do that. Okay, I insist that you do not do that. I'm not here for the grift. I'm here to entertain you guys and bring you facts, and I don't care if people like it or not. You know, it's my God given right. Yes, sir.
Just got that middle picture back again, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Have
Hey,
you ever
look,
seen
I'm sorry.
Have you ever seen the Rocky Horror Show?
Yes, I
Where all
love that movie. That is like one of my favorite movies. I love that movie.
when, when he starts singing, and he's like dressed in suspenders and stockings, and he's got all that stuff on it. I've just pictured you dressed in all leather, suspended, walking in that court, and everyone turns around and goes, "Ooh!"
What the hell? Exactly. Exactly.
Oh crap! That's too funny.
I have my little service vest on saying support
Yeah.
human. Yeah, bring the crystal body parts as an exhibit. Look, I'm
Oh
sorry, but
yeah,
I'm gonna say it.
the little man sausages. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna say this. When that piece of flesh come across that curtain and it hit that stage, I wish every one of y'all could have been here with me when I watched it. Because I literally screamed. I'm like, what in the actual hell just come across that curtain?
Oh shit! I just couldn't stop laughing there. It's like, oh, oh crap! His this whole. I mean, oh my god! Can you like? I know there's a lot of nicknames for them, like fleas, walruses, womblegobs, and spunk buckets and fucking whatever you want to call them. Like
No, those are your words. We don't know none of those words are right there. Womble gomble
well,
and spot bucket.
as far as I'm concerned, Robbie's a yogurt stain on the shirt. That's what he is. Yeah.
Now
What does
that
he?
when you told me what that meant.
It's like.
Oh my god.
Oh shit. Technical difficulty. We'll be right back. No, I'm joking. Oh shit. Is there anything else we need to cover on all this? Oh,
No, I think we did good.
oh. Oh, I can't even drink my coffee. Hi,
That's
Chris.
because you still got that visual. See, the visual's still going in that mind of yours. See, we know what really happens in there now, folks.
Hey,
We
listen.
see what really happens in that mind.
Yeah. Hey. Yes. Oh, Mitchell. Oh, yes. Oh, shit. I'll make a deal with you. I'll stop with a spell check if you make no comments about geesh and no one told me. What do you mean, geesh and no one told me? Sheesh. Oh, shit. Well, all I can say is like to the flea bags and the womblegobs and the slugs limes or whatever you want to call them over there. Yeah, swivel on this and eat shit. Right, so we've. Oh god, when the first time, like I don't know who did it when they put up the pictures of both of them, and then there was all that video and all that crap going on a dog lead, walking someone across the stage with a dog lead.
Yeah, I might have found that.
Oh my god, I swear to God. I'm sure, if I can remember correctly, I actually threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Well, I screamed. I called my best friend and was telling my best friend about it. And I couldn't even speak because I was laughing so hard I had to use my inhaler.
Mm.
And then I had to let them watch it, and we actually watched it together online together. And I could not breathe. I lied to you not. I could not breathe. It was the funniest thing I think I've ever seen in my life.
Hi, Moosey Lady. But here's one thing. Here's one thing. Everyone to their own. If that's what they want to do, that is their business. But the thing is, when they judge other people and then someone decides, do you know what? Fuck you. Here's my turn. And then they put that up. That was, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I did laugh a lot.
Exactly. I mean, it's
I did
whatever
laugh a lot.
floats your boat, okay? That's between you and the good Lord. That's anything you want to do. I ain't got nothing to say about it. But if you're going to put it out there for everybody to watch at it, I'm going to laugh at it. I can't help it. I did laugh because it was the funniest thing I think I've ever seen in my life. And when that man started barking, and then she walked that man across that stage with that leash and that thing, I about died. I'm like, oh my God. I can see it in my mind right now.
Do you know what? For some reason, I just pictured Robbie in all that gear. Can you imagine him walking across the stage with an alligator? Come on, Snowball.
I can now.
Oh shit! I hope everyone else is. I hope everyone else is laughing because. Oh, go stop it! No.
And see, I saw all that prior to Megan getting it and putting it on Rumble. I think I was actually one of the first people that found it. And so I got the opportunity of watching it in the privacy of my own home by myself.
Oh, you forgot to remind me.
Ecosystem.
Ecosystem. Apparently, we are now got an ecosystem.
Oh, have we now?
Yeah. Well, have we? I mean, can you check the memo?
Well, don't obviously everybody has one, right?
Well, I think so because apparently I didn't receive that memo. Did you?
I did not. I did not. I didn't get one thing in my DMs. Nothing about it.
Right. Okay. Let's ask the audience, guys. If you received a memo, can you press 1? If you didn't, press 2, please.
And Aussie Jim, you're talking about the loofahs. Look, I didn't know that the color of the loofah mattered. Okay, I had to look that stuff up. And then they have a whole color chart, and it tells you what each color of the loofah means. I would have to ride around with the chart in my car so I would
What the
know.
fuck's
I
a
didn't.
loofah? Oh, a loofah.
Okay,
Oh, you know,
some things. Okay,
yeah.
you got it. Well, in the villages, if you got a loofah hanging from your golf cart, what the color of the loofah is tells everybody what you into. You know, like,
Wait, what? Whoa, 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 whoa,
Oh yeah,
whoa,
yeah, yeah,
whoa,
yeah, yeah,
whoa,
yeah.
whoa, 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 whoa,
Like for
whoa.
instance, a black loofah means you're down for anything, anywhere, any way you want to do it. It's down there.
How do you know this shit?
I
Aha!
googled it.
No, yeah, right. Yeah, sure, you googled it.
Look it up. Look up colors of loofah's meaning on
I'm not
Google,
looking
and you
shit.
will
Hey,
see it.
listen, when I'm on my deathbed, the first thing I'm going to say to people is delete my fucking history.
But I swear, I looked it up. I had to know. I was curious.
I bet you bloody
Exactly, Trust. We can't even get on the list. We can't be part of the ecosystem because nobody puts us on the list.
too short.
But there is a color. There is a color coordination that tells you, you know, what activities you're into based on the color of the loofah that you got.
No way, I never knew that. And now you also know what a loofah is.
Yeah. See what you learned just by coming on here today. You learned a whole new thing. I bet you won't go shopping now and not look at the loofahs in the store and think, don't know if I want that color or not.
Actual fact, hang on a minute. Darling, we don't have a loofah in the house, do we? I just want to check. Right, we don't have a loofah or loafer in the house, do we?
What the hell is it?
A loofah. It's one of the. I don't know.
So if I don't know what it is, there isn't any.
Good. Right, brilliant. Right, there you go. We don't have one in the house.
Tell it. I'll bet you do. Tell her it's one of them things you use. It's a body scrubber.
Oh, it's a body scrubber. No, we don't.
Why don't they start speaking in English? Body scrubber, yes.
Get in there. Oh shit! I'm out of psychopath. Oh shit! That was funny. Yeah, clip that, motherfuckers. Oh shit! That's funny.
I mean, I'm old school. I use a wash rag, but I mean, they do sell them. But I did not know that the color made a difference. But now I can't walk down that aisle and not look at them things hanging up and think to myself, well, I sure as hell don't want the black one because that's the only one I can really remember what it means. And I'm like, nah, don't want that black loop. No,
I
no,
mean,
no, no, no.
so now every time I go, oh my god! Hey Lisa, can you imagine going into the village and then seeing a loafer hanging outside the shop? then you walk in and she looks like if she'd been hit by a fucking bus and forgot to take the registration number.
Oh Lord, Nimrod's got one that's two different colors.
Oh god! Oh, so you like it? Oh, right, okay. See you. See you. Anyway, guys, now we've got all that out of our system. Right? Have a guess what's next. Our next topic is going to be, because I got these wrong, we're doing a gaming review. Is there any games you want to talk about before I start?
No, you go for it. I don't really game that much. The only thing I do is just stuff to keep my mind occupied, like merging and the basic simple stuff. You do all the really good stuff. I don't do that.
Keep talking, please. Sorry, guys, I was having my dinner and I don't talk with my mouth full. So, just talk about any game. What? Where's she gone? Come back. Where are you? Right, well, she's muted herself. Anyway, so... Okay, the first game... Excuse me. The first game I want to talk about is ATS, which is American Truck Simulator, which I have. Excellent game, and very realistic, and also helps you learn how to... Oh, she's just gone pop. It also helps you learn how to reverse with a trailer. Excuse me, believe it or not. So after a while, you'll get so used to the opposite steering to... how can I put it? The opposite direction, and you get so used to it that it becomes muscle memory. Believe it or not, any truck driver or anyone who drives a truck or knows how to drive a truck or a vehicle with a trailer will find that game quite easy and quite entertaining. It does have various different types of trucks, from American make, European make. You can buy it. But you can also buy DLCs, which are attachments like mods. And if you buy them, you can drive to different directions and different areas and everything else. And what happened to Pam? I hope she comes back, because I'm not finishing without her. So we're going to be here all night. Let me see where she is. Oh, Pam. Where are they? I wonder if her phone just went blah. So you American Truck Simulator is quite good, especially if you got a steering wheel. Now, if you use like a hand controller and stuff like that, obviously you need to get used to various different controls and stuff. But it's always good to get pedals or a steering wheel, because then you richly using steering wheel. It's got all the buttons on it, so you can actually key bind the buttons. Like the left hand side is everything that goes on the left, right hand side, and then you can use buttons for your horn and everything, which and then for your cruise controls, everything on the left, and on the right you've got your hazards, you've got your warning beacons and everything else. So you can actually set up a really good system. And ETS2, which is European Truck Simulation. No, I quite enjoy the Russian, the reversing. And then European Truck Simulator, obviously, it's European vehicles, which a lot of Americans don't actually know about European vehicles, because all you've got is those big Detroit diesel 71s, and So those are two games, driving simulators, that are fairly cheapish. They've got a shed load of DLCs that you can download for your vehicle. A lot of people also buy, the Formula One games, the rally games, So that means once you've got that steering wheel, you can set it up for each game. But when you're on ATS or ETS, once you set up that steering wheel, the coding will stay like that. You go on to different games, you set up the buttons, the key bindings on that game, it will save it. It'll save that. So you just need to remember that when you're driving a Formula One car at 200 miles an hour, you're not driving a truck. Which reminds me, if I ever get a chance to drive with Megan and Flux and everyone else, I am staying in the back. Yeah, I saw that truck and pillow. Yeah. So there you go. They're the two games I was talking about. You can buy them on Steam. So if that's something you're interested in, go and check it out. Good. Right. Where? One second, I just need to find out where the co-host went, because okie doke, not a problem. I forgot what I was going to say now. There's one thing I did notice, actually, going back to the town hall meeting where Lynette was standing outside. Did anyone notice her change of hair color? And that people thought that she was copying George? Anyway, weirdo alert. Excuse me a minute. I'm going to cough. Yes, I have, but we'll come to that in a minute. But anyway, so yeah, if it comes to ATS, American Truck Simulator, and ETS, remember they're still developing. So they've got parts of the world that, the country that are still in development. So obviously, but it's worth buying if you like driving simulators. Right, now, here comes the best part. You ready for this one? Let's go. Bang, bang. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the part of Q&A time. So remember, type at my name and then your question. And just take your time, so give me a chance to answer the questions, if you don't mind. So you crack on, ask away. And obviously Mypretty is going to try and get back on as quick as she can. So let's go. Let's see the questions then. It's really weird. Chat has just gone totally. Well, Aussie Jen, here's the thing. In the old days, we used to have these. How can I put it? In the old days in the military, sometimes you would. Oh, before I carry on with question time, just so you know, there's a couple of videos coming up of some games. They're going to be the full set, so you're looking at about an hour and a half of truck driving. And there's a few short ones and long ones. If they get too long, obviously I'll split them in half. But you've got some videos coming up soon, so look forward to that. But anyway, so let's see if there's any questions. Anyone got any questions? Oh, here we go. She can't come back in. Shit. Kathy, I will do sort of. Wait a minute, you know, right? Okay, Nimrod, not a problem. Thank you very much. Spawn, any news about Germany? Still ongoing, but let's put it this way: it doesn't put a good light on. It does not put a good light on Lynette. That's for sure. I can assure you for that. I can assure you for that. Yeah, put it that way. I can assure you that. Let's put it this way: the authorities were involved, and so were the German ones as well. And if people think that I don't have anything, trust me, I do. Trust me, I do. God, I need to stop saying I've always been doing that. I've always gone But anyway, all right. Questions. Let's have a look at the questions, shall we? All right. Okay. Spawn, any news about Germany? I've already answered that one. Spawntrooper, will you continue to do topics of interest or return just gaming streams? I will cover topics of interest, maybe from the UK, from Europe, France, Germany. I will, like, you know, do topics that may be of interest. Like if someone comes in and says, hey, by the way, you know, you check that out, then I'll go and check it out. Or is someone else talking? And I don't think, even after this court case, I don't think we've heard the last of these idiots. That's for sure. I don't think this is the last we've heard. When the court case is done and over with, regardless how it goes, I doubt very much we're going to hear the last of Lizard Lady. That's for sure. Yeah, someone hit the pole outside. She rode off on her broomstick. Yeah, no, she's. Right, there was another question. There you go. Spawn, they went off on Georgie and rubbished her channel and subscribers. Yeah, I can't comment to that. I'm not going to get involved in that. That's the host's business, not mine. They're going to pick on, and in regards to that, they're going to pick on anyone and everyone who, hi Shelley, who discusses this topic. Now, it depends what you do to get the attention from those idiots. And I can't really comment because at the end of the day, it's not my my platform, and it's, I'm not going to get involved because it's not my problem. It's hers and theirs. They've attacked me. They've attacked multiple people unjustifiably and unfairly. Because the thing is, it's very easy to attack people who show proof, but when you can't show proof yourself, they don't like it, and they'll attack you even more. So that's the unfortunate part. It's regardless who it is. Right, what's next? Wait a minute. What do you think of? What do I think of the Prime Minister Trudeau? Wait a minute. That is the absolute clown fest of an idiot who's the Canadian president. Is that correct? He's the Canadian president. I'm surprised he's still the president of Canada. Sorry, the prime minister. I'm still surprised he is the prime minister. Orphan kitten, what's the matter? What's going on? What is going on? Why are you just... Do I have to look all the way back up to the comments to see if what's happening? Do I have to discipline you? Do I have to put you all in a timeout? Do I? No. Change the C to a P. To a P. Where? Where? Yeah. Right. Okay. I'm not going to get distracted. Spawn. Any news about Joe? No, I've already answered that one. Spawn. I don't know. Someone hit the power. Right. Okay. Spawn. And went off and Georgie. That's Margaret. I'm sorry, but that's something she needs to deal with. That's her problem. Like if it was me, it would be my problem. Or if it was Jeremy's, it would be his problem, or Tug, or Megan, or anyone else. It's their problem. It's their platform. I make my bed, I lay in it, and I think that rule goes across the board. And I've got no interest in talking about any of those individuals anyway. What do you think? Well, he's an absolute idiot. Hi, Shelley. Good afternoon. I already asked the question. We'll ask again. Yeah, you have to poke me out. There you go. You ever done play? Yes, I have. I've played multiple games on Steam. I like POV or shoot 'em ups or simulations like flight simulations or driving simulations. So, question: how much snow have you gotten? No comment. But we got snow. But I'm not going to say where and how much. A fluffer comment, good one. See here. Star. Lisa, moving along for someone to carry on his evil doings. I hope these despotic leaders have the country they have done it. Well, if you think Canada is bad with Trudeau, you should come over to the UK. It's fun here right now. It's okay, Mypretty. It's okay. Well, there's parts of Scotland got snow. I think where is it? Quite a few places up north got snow. Hi, Kevin. Didn't see you come in. There There was no poop. The smell was from the rotten food they dumped on the vacant lot behind them. What? There's a vacant lot? Oh, yes, there is, isn't there? Next to the... Yes, there is. Right. So have I covered all the questions, or has anyone got any more questions? Because I like answering questions. Let's answer questions. Yeah, well, I mean, in the last 10 years or the last 15 years, the presidents, the PM, the prime ministers have all been absolute idiots. I mean, Spawntrooper, why is the sky blue? Why is the grass green? All right. Hi, Kelly. Schmidt. Guten Abend, Frau Schmidt. Right, Kelly. The reason the sky is blue is due to the atmospheric oxygen and the different chemicals in the air and the ozone. Talking. I can't believe I just talked out my ass on that one, but hey, I may be right. And why is the grass green? Because I think due to the 7 layers it's got that that take carbon dioxide and then turn it into oxygen. I don't know, but anything green, anything livable like trees, grass, and stuff like that produce oxygen. And believe it or not, humans and cows alike can actually eat grass. Tastes weird, but trust me, you can. Don't have a question. Love your videos and thank you for the laughs. Annie, you're more than welcome. Blame Mypretty. She's in chat. She's done a runner and she's left me on my own, which is absolutely freaking disgusting. I mean, like, my co-host, who is going to be my co-host. In the future, we're going to have someone else on who you're going to like. Today, magistrates rules on an addition to its cases. I don't know. I don't know. Mypretty was the one who was going to mention all that. I have no idea where I'd go, but I just want out of UK the way it's going. Do you know what I would like to do, Lilu? I'll tell you what I would like to do. If I was able, if say for example, saying someone came over and said, right, if I gave you £1 million, what would you do? Well, the first thing I would do is I would go and find somewhere out of international waters. I would then go away and get myself a helicopter license and also a boat license as well. So I can, steer big boats. And then I would find somewhere in the international waters, declare whatever country or whatever part of land it is, my own country, put up anti-air and anti-ship missiles all the way around the island and then move into it. And then basically go shopping once a week. And then I'd give the person who gave me the $1 million anything that's left back. Yeah, there you go. Give me a wet willy. How dare you, madam? Right, I have no idea. Right, at least we haven't had to deal with Dogford anymore. Dogford. Oh, right. Blame Jeremy. Yes, apparently we're all supposed to blame Jeremy. Apparently, so do me a favor, everyone. Type in blame Jeremy. Apparently, everyone. Jeremy's to blame for everything. So we may as well support Jeremy with the hashtag blame Jeremy. All right. Called it here first. Hashtag blame Jeremy. There you go. All right. But we're not really blaming him. We're just playing along. All right. All right. He's a good guy. Really, he is. He's a really good guy. So send help. So yeah. Any more questions? Blame Jezza. Yeah. I think, yeah. Blame Jeremy. Hashtag. No, it's one word. One word. Blame Jeremy. One word. I feel it's so bad that he has, that we have to joke about that, you're defending yourself and you're getting blamed for defending yourself. Oh, wait a minute. We know what that is, don't we? We know what that is. That is narcissism and hypocrisy in itself. That's just fucking awesome. You know, it would be so nice to actually see. Actual fact, you know what really got me is that Robbie corrected Lisa when she fucked up and got it wrong. And she was trying to fabricate another little story, and then Robbie went, actual fact, no, it's true. I do breed alligators to sell them on for their skin. Yeah, you see what I mean? And just for the record, Jeremy, we don't blame you. We support you. And if I was standing in Otter Creek right now, I would go, I'm Spartacus. And then the person next to me would go, I'm Spartacus. And everyone would do that. And that's what it should be like. Spawntrooper, how long has your queen been your queen? Kathy, that question has been asked, and I can say many, many, many years. Definitely, darling. 1 second. Sweetheart. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, it's Monday, selective hearing day. Sweetheart. How many life sentences have I got with you?
2, maybe 3. I don't know.
Right. Okay. So that's quite a good. Do I get released on good behavior?
You really need to be very, very good.
What? Really good?
Yeah, no, not like the Grinch pretending.
Like really, really good.
Well, yes.
Oh, darling. Come here, give us a kiss. Right. Anyway, sorry, I was really interrupted there by, yes. What was I saying? No. If Lynette and John Cook just cease and desist and not... Do you know what, Orphan Kitten and Risky, if they had done that from day one, we wouldn't be sitting here talking to each other. I would still be, being me and recording and doing shit and, recording games and everything. And everyone would be in there doing their merry things, but no. Amogo, how many years do you get for life? Oh, wait a minute, that's America, life sentence. I mean, there was one judge, he sentenced this guy to 1,000 years, and then when he died, he would still be on a life sentence. Wow. So his spirit would still be in jail. Wow. On the buses. Yeah, I know that program, you cheeky git. Yeah. Right. So any more questions? Guys, come on, let's great. What great movie? What was a great movie? The Three Kings. Orphan, why don't they want? They believe their own bull grab to grift. Yeah, there you go. What am I? Oh, wow. I'm just getting like this today. It's like hit the heart day, isn't it? Right, Aussie Jen. Here's the thing about the DA in Florida or Levy County or whatever. They are incompetent, unprofessional, and what they did was probably not just, I don't know if it was unconstitutional, but it was like you had that woman travel all the way down only to fuck her off. And everything you did, you could have done over Zoom. If they can do a deposition over Zoom, or they can do that over camera, or they can do court cases over camera, why the hell did that woman have to go all the way down and pay out of her own pocket after being threatened by some idiot, okay, just because the other person, right, was a grifter? What about that child who was sitting in the back of that car? What would have happened if John had been drunk and his pew would have went bang bang? What then? What would have happened then? I mean, yeah, he would have went to jail. Well, he did. He went to jail for 40 days or something, but he would have went to jail for life. So he goes to jail for life, stays alive, but there's someone unalived. Where's the justice in that? You know, I mean, the last execution in France was 1976, I believe, which was the guillotine. In some states in America was fairly lately. UK, I think it was in the 60s or 70s, you know, but they stopped doing it because of people being put to unalived and falsely put into unalived, and that's why it was stopped in Europe. Well, in most European countries anyway. So yeah, it's that bit I don't think I'm ever going to get my head around. You know, I've never seen like an ADA or a DA richly throw a case away that could have put John Cook in jail for a few years. Hi, Digistorm. How you doing, buddy? Looks like you need to catch up. Go outside and inhale lots of air, or drink Coca-Cola or Dr. Pepper really quickly because it's oxygenated. And sometimes headaches come from stress, or so just relax a little bit. And also, if you've got bright lights on, turn the bright light off. Stops your eyes from straining. Hope you get feeling better. Yeah. Wait a minute. I think that there's a reason that they don't have cameras there. Well, yeah, I think they've made that absolutely clear. That's for sure. So my question to you guys, right, and take your time about answering this one. What do you think is going to happen in the federal court? What do you think the jury are going to do? And that's one question. And the second part, there's a two-part question, sorry. First part is, how do you think that court case is going to go jury-wise? And the second part of the two-part question is this, right? How long do you think it's going to be? Is it going to go for the full 5 days? Is it going to be less than 5 days, or do you think it's going to go over 5 days? Devil's Island, yeah. Well, my estimation is what I'm going to say is it's definitely gone. I don't think 5 days are going to be enough. I think Bruce is going to try and drag it out as much as he can, because you got defense and prosecution. So both of them have to do the pre-court thing. They have to go through the jury, then they have to go through the introduction or whatever it's called, and then that's when the I mean, with the amount of evidence that Jeremy's got, I think it's going to be a slam dunk case, but I think that I doubt very much he's going to get everything back that he's spent for his defense and for him to protect himself. I don't think he's going to get all that back. But I tell you one thing, my prediction is that Lynette and John Cook and certain other people are going to lose a lot. That's for sure. Yeah. I find it quite funny that Collins was trying to be the hard man. I tell you one thing, Rattis had a lot of restraint there. He reacted perfectly, exactly the way you're supposed to, because having a camera stuck in your face with someone who's trying to provoke you, which is the perfect example, like Guapo, what he did to Jeremy at that auction. He provoked Jeremy. And there's people saying, oh, no, he lost his balance when he went past Jeremy. He didn't bump into. No, he deliberately bumped into Jeremy and then sort of like lost his footing. right? Because there was a guy walking in front of him, so he, you know, it was like one of those trying to avoid, you know, 100%, not just once. That's just that one video that's out where you see Guapo bumping into Jeremy deliberately. That's a snippet of a lot of times where he walked into him. And he, there again, Jeremy had a lot of restraint. And that shows you the level of character that chap is. Jeremy has a very, 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 very good character. Because I'll tell you one thing, when he defended himself and he went, "Oh, really?" and then pushed back, Guapo got a little bit worried there because he went straight into a defensive fighting stance. Because if you watch his left hand and his left elbow, that was a preemptive. That was about to. I think he was going to swing, but if he'd have done that, I don't think he'd have lasted long. Because if you watch very carefully when he's filming everything and Jeremy's coming towards him, you can see him smiling and laughing at Jeremy, and that there is like a fucking red flag to a bull. And that's what he wanted. He wanted that reaction. Because the thing is, one thing you have to remember when you're filming stuff yourself, you don't see the face, you don't see the reaction, you don't see what the person's doing. He could have been sticking his tongue out. But the problem what he had is that there's other videos where you can see him smiling, pulling faces at Jeremy, provoking him, antagonizing him, you know. And this guy wants to play the sub story. Oh, I fell off my motorbike. Oh, I got to, and then doxed himself with his wristband, his hospital band. You absolute pleb. I mean, you couldn't make this shit up. Even if here's the thing, I think Guapo and some of the other people he associates himself with on those platforms, they need to all get into a short yellow bus and drive up to Oregon. There's a village called Idiotsville. They're missing you. They want you back. All right. So, but anyway, if no one else has got any more questions, I know people are talking about, like, you know, and funny enough, you know, you talk about Bruce hasn't been on that platform for a while, and then lo and behold, he turns up. Don't you find that interesting? Oh yeah, he's talking about you not being on it. All right, then we'll come on tomorrow night and we'll prove that. Yeah. Because the more Bubbles, the more you put yourself out there on that platform, the more that disciplinary for the board is going to become. That's for sure. Yeah, but the thing is, Guano was his ex. And at the time, if I can remember correctly, at the time, Guapo, on a day or before or after he provoked Jeremy, was put a picture up of himself with another lady. And not just once, but a couple of times, apparently, with more than 2 different ladies. So the guy's a player, but he's not that good at games, is he? Not really. But anyway, so this is what I'm going to say. Whatever streamers do is their choice, their problem, not mine. And I'm not going to mention them, not because, oh, you don't mention my name. No, I'm not going to mention them because I'm not going to waste my energy or my time. I'm going to do exactly what they're doing. Ghost, you know, even though some people are polite, but hey, obviously that's too much to ask as well. And when it comes to idiots on their platforms, again, I'm going to ignore them. I'm going to have fun listening to the bullshittery, because at the end of the day, if I can put up proof of what I'm saying, case closed. But if you're going to sit on your platform and just flap your gums and try to, you think that, like, if because 1, 2, or 3 people are saying the same thing as you, sheep mentality, meh. Yeah. But anyway, ladies, gentlemen, Ewoks and Wookiees, boys and girls, you know what's going to come now. I am going to now. Wow, I've done it under 3 hours. First of all, I'd like to say thank you very much for Mypretty. and hopefully the poll gets, that poll gets put back up. That's what she said. And and to everyone who's been in here, and to all the newcomers who have never been here, and this is the first time you've been here, thank you very much for coming in. There will be a couple of videos coming up in the next few days, so keep your eyes out for that. One of them is going to be truck driving, and then the other one is going to be a first-person shooter, PvE. And I hope that you enjoy them. Please make sure that you give us a thumbs up and support the videos, because obviously, what I want people to understand that this is not always going to be this. It's going to be gaming as well. And it's going to be more gaming than this, but I am going to be covering different things if something really important comes in, like UFOs in America and around the world. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I watched a TikTok the other day, and they go, "Oh, look at this space! Look at this! All the spaceships in the sky." But if you look at it and you watch it, I watched it 3 times until I was like, "Nah, yeah, sure." What you've done, you've pointed your camera at your window, and there's reflections from the cars, from their headlights, right, when they're going past, and that's what you're filming. Because at one point, if you pause it, you can actually see the front of, I think it was a Mercedes Benz, or I think it was like a G car or something like that, and the headlights. Kathy, you take care, sweetheart. You have a good night, and you're more than welcome. You're welcome anytime. Lindy Livick, welcome. Nice to meet you. You're always here. Welcome here. All right. There's people here who'll look after you. Yeah, and Lindy, just for the I've just seen your comment about the child. Yes, I do hope that child is put into the loving biological family where she will get the love and support that she deserves. And yes, can you just give a big heart and a big thank you to Mypretty, for being here tonight. Well, most of the night, and then decided to just quit and just leave. And then get into a car and drive into a pole and then blame someone else for it. Oh, it's 9:20 in the evening now. So I'm gonna sit here, turn around once I've finished, and then I'm just gonna I'm just gonna sit here and stare at my queen. Oh, I'm watching you. I'm watching you, watching me. Here comes the cat to scratch me. Hey, hi. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Eh? Yeah. Right, I don't know what you want, but there you go, baby. There you go. So yeah, even my cats come over to. Yeah, so yeah, a big thank you for Mypretty. Just so you know, in the future we will have a special guest on. Not right now, but in the future. But until then, we got myself and Mypretty, and she'll be coming on once in a while, right? And whenever she wants. And basically, all I can say is, oh, hang on a minute, I got a private massage. Huh, okay. That's funny. Free Mike Michelle wave. Just get out of my sight. Enjoy. Daewoo microwave. That's funny. That picture's funny. Funny. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, again, thank you very much for everyone for popping in. I really appreciate it. Make sure that you hit that thumbs up, and for you guys, you trolls and you people out there who seem to question everything, including the existence of air and light and all that stuff. Grow up. Stop living in a cocoon. come into the world of reality and see the truth, you know. But anyway, guys, I want you to take care. I love you lots. Again, thank you very much for joining me. But I'm now giving you a fair warning. You have 2 minutes to get dressed. Mercedes, put him down. You got 2 minutes to get dressed, put your clothes on, get your stuff together, and make your way to the exits. And again, thank you very much for keeping me company, and I hope that I kept you company. Lisa Lewoski, you too. Well, that's not very nice. Why would I get 2 thumbs down? I haven't even finished my stream yet, you absolute buffoons. Could have waited. But thanks very much for giving, at least acknowledging that you gave me views and you sat there. I mean, like, you know, I'm not monetized yet, but that will happen someday. But the fact that you sat there and you enjoyed the view tonight, I really appreciate that. But on that note, I just thought I'd say thank you. You know, thank you for everyone for being here. And thank you very much for the thumbs up, and to the 2 buffoons, thumbs down. Anyway, love you lots. And you know how it's going to go right now.